Summarize the previous part. Whitebeard arrives on the battlefield, overwhelming both allies and enemies with his immense power. Among his opponents is a vengeful prisoner from Impel Down's 6th level who blames Whitebeard for his imprisonment. Despite the prisoner's rage and power, Marco quickly intervenes, defeating him to protect Whitebeard. Whitebeard then demonstrates his unparalleled strength by unleashing a precise, devastating combination of Overlord's Haki and the Shockwave Force. This attack instantly annihilates nearly all the escaped prisoners while sparing his allies, including the mermaid warriors. The display of power leaves everyone stunned, especially Jinbei, who marvels at Whitebeard's mastery of Haki and his ability to deliver targeted attacks without collateral damage. Even the strongest prisoners, known for their resilience, are either killed or severely injured, showcasing the sheer dominance of Whitebeard's true strength. Party Popper, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. And I wish you all an enjoyable time listening to the story. Because they know, the remaining pirates who were slightly weaker than them all exploded and died, not even their bones left. As for them, their bodies were also cracked, with fine cracks appearing, fresh blood seeping out from the cracks, and they were continuously coughing up blood, damaging their internal organs. These dead prisoners, instantly chills down their spines, whole body trembling with fear. Die! For these extremely vicious people. Whitebeard didn't even glance at them and opened his mouth to speak. The voice just fell. Marco is the team leader of the first shift, together with Shiki the Golden Lion as the team leader of the second shift, all in action. In a flash, about 10 prisoners from Impel Down's 6th floor, 563, were all exterminated. Come here. Powerful enough to make the world tremble, become afraid of the death penalty pirate gang, at that time all destroyed. Just one encounter. This bad reputation spread far and wide, and the extremely vicious pirate crew was completely exterminated by the Whitebeard pirates. Very fast, this news spread. Just a moment. The whole world was shocked. The whole world was in turmoil. Fear. Everyone was completely terrified. The Whitebeard pirates used an absolute crushing stance, sweeping away the entire pirate crew that suddenly appeared to be executed. Sweep. This moment. The whole world is public. Those who attempt to challenge Whitebeard and provoke the Whitebeard pirates will all be swept away by the Whitebeard pirates with a powerful stance. In this world, no one dares to challenge the majesty of Whitebeard. This moment, Whitebeard's power shakes the world. Shock the world. Shock the entire Grand Line. Rumor has it, Whitebeard simply used the simplest method, without even moving a finger, to wipe out the entire pirate crew. Numb. Hearing this news, the world could not help but gasp. So powerful. How could it be done? The executed pirate crew could all be prisoners from Impel Down. Those people, their evil auras were as high as the sky. They were once legendary figures on this great sea. There was no place where they weren't intimidating, powerful figures. What's wrong with that? I heard that Whitebeard simply stood there and used his unique transformation of Overlord's Haki to destroy the entire executed pirate crew. You're wrong. I heard that Whitebeard instantly used his Overlord's Haki to shock all the executed pirates into unconsciousness, then used his shockwave force to shock all the pirates to death. That scene. Blood and flesh splattered everywhere. White bones flew everywhere. Extremely terrifying. How can the shock force cause different changes in attack? It doesn't harm the fishman race? Whitebeard's wave of his hand that shook the world once again became the focus of worldwide discussion. The entire world was discussing that battle that only lasted a moment. Whitebeard's powerful display made everyone in the world gasp in surprise. Strong and resounding. Almost as fast as lightning, without even having time to cover their ears. They killed an extremely powerful pirate gang. This kind of trick makes the whole world tremble. The holy land of Mariewa within the 5 elders, after hearing this news, could not help but become a buzz. At this level of 5 elders, events that can make them stir are truly too few. Exactly. Recently, during this period of time, the 5 elders have been feeling uneasy in their hearts, feeling that danger is about to come. All of these. All because of one person. Edward. Newgate. Whitebeard. Damn Whitebeard. Is this trying to provoke our power? One of the 5 elders said so. On his face, slightly unnatural. It was very clear that at this moment Whitebeard Even if he lived for who knows how many years, controlling the supreme power of the world, still had no confidence in being able to deal with him. Whitebeard used lightning-fast methods to completely destroy that pirate gang under the Red Line on Merman Island. It seems he really wants to use such a method to shock the entire world. Humph. This is also a kind of provocation to us. The 5 elders felt extremely uncomfortable. The reason Whitebeard uses strong methods to destroy enemies is to threaten this world. This dark and chaotic world. Not only does it want to threaten the world, it also includes the people of the underworld, including the 5 elders and these people here. Whitebeard's powerful and resounding voice was to let everyone know that anyone who tries to provoke others, no matter who, no matter where, will be powerfully destroyed by the Whitebeard pirates. Fisherman Island. Just after experiencing a baptism-like war on Merman Island Emperor, Sea Knight, Neptune personally commanded the entire Merman race, kneeling down to thank Whitebeard. But Whitebeard used 1.9 hands to stop them from kneeling. Fisherman Island is my Whitebeard's territory, so no one dares to cause trouble. Whitebeard is not a saint, but he is dignified and does not allow anyone to provoke him. A word signed as a law is a rule. Those who dream of breaking the rules established by Whitebeard will all be destroyed by Whitebeard. Edward. Newgate. I have a favor to ask. Just then, a figure that surprised everyone present appeared on Fisherman Island. Furthermore, it is to ask for help from Whitebeard. The person who came was the Pirate King's vice captain, Dark King Rayleigh. Silver-haired King of Hell Rayleigh, struggling from the outside world to Fisherman Island. Meet Whitebeard. This also made the Whitebeard pirates become unintentional. It seems you encountered some trouble? Whitebeard's slightly curved, mysterious moon-shaped Whitebeard moved slightly. That chapter of displaying his powerful aura, invisibly displayed, giving people a strong sense of trust. Don't tell me, you came from the calm belt Amazon Lily. King of Hell Rayleigh's expression did not change. Everyone saw Rayleigh's expression and immediately knew that what Whitebeard said was undoubtedly correct. At the same time, everyone couldn't help but be surprised. What could it be that could make a character like King of Hell Rayleigh come to ask for help? Calm belt Amazon Lily. Fighting the Nine Snakes clan. Having read the original Whitebeard manga, it is clear that Hades Rayleigh arranged for this kid Luffy to practice in Amazon Lily. Currently, Rayleigh came to Merman Island to ask for help. This is probably implicated. Amazon Lily encounters unprecedented great danger, Rayleigh said in a heavy voice. That short silver hair made him appear even more dejected and old. This was a strong person eroded by the years. The years left cruel and merciless traces on his body. The Pirate King's left and right arms, once powerful, now just fell into the hands of beggars. There has never been a major danger before? Whitebeard maintained a smile from beginning to end. It's a bit interesting, don't tell me. This matter is related to me. Rayleigh was slightly stunned. Whitebeard guessed it and immediately nodded. Since you guessed it, then I won't take any chances. The whole thing really has some connection to you. Follow. Rayleigh told the whole story. On the contrary, it made everyone surprised. It turned out to be the remaining Navy. Coming from the first half of the Grand Line, the remaining Marines, led by the former Lieutenant General, along with the Impel Down Marines, led by the Poison Fruit ability user Magellan, united with the remaining Marines to take revenge on Whitebeard and also on Ace's younger brother, Luffy. The meaning is very simple. Anyone related to Whitebeard, even if it's just Luffy, or someone from who knows how far away, will have to bear the crazy revenge of the remaining Marines. There is also the underworld involved. Rayleigh followed up with another piece of news. This news is a bit inaccurate, but the person frowned. The underworld, that started from Doflamingo? Yes, there is also the King of Beasts Kadu. These two guys were once beaten to pieces by Whitebeard's 2 punches and were once important figures in the underworld. It is said that after Doflamingo and Kadu died, the underworld internet business was directly disrupted. Underworld It really is to let Whitebeard also unexpectedly exist here. This force is considered in the original text. Also only mentioned in Caesar's plot content. Never clearly revealed, in the end how to eradicate these forces. All revealed unknown. Whitebeard shook his head, laughed and said, "It's just a bunch of rats. If they dare to appear, I will definitely destroy them all." No exaggeration said. This world. There is no one who can make Whitebeard become afraid of existence. Those hateful flies and disgusting rats that annoy Whitebeard, if he really caught them, he would definitely beat them all up. Even if these people don't become your Rayleigh. They can't even save Luffy, right? Whitebeard lowered his head, his sturdy body exuding a powerful aura, like a terrifying mountain. As for that poison fruit ability user Magellan, I think his strength isn't worth worrying about, right? Rayleigh's eyes suddenly became sharp. This kind of gaze, with his drunken mood all day long, really did not match. It was as if in a flash. Rayleigh returned to that year's majestic pirate on the Grand Line. His eyes became sharp. There is also another force participating in it. Heavenly Dragon. Celestial Dragon? Everyone was shocked. Noble world. Isn't this a bunch of people who will only act arrogantly and joke around like a rice bucket? How do you participate in this event? However, Whitebeard really understood that even if they looked like rice buckets, the celestial dragons would definitely not be simple existences. Being able to exist in this world as nobles for several hundred years without ever being overthrown, it could be seen that the celestial dragons, a force, were not simple. It seems I was too merciful. Whitebeard suddenly raised his head to look at the deep sea. All right, I just want to go out for a trip. All staff, prepare, set off, go to Calm Belt, Amazon Lily. Country of women. But at this moment, suddenly a voice rang out. Wait, Shirahoshi. I also want to ask you for one thing. Worthy of a fish-shaped ornament. With wavy and flowing long red hair, water-colored glowing blue eyes, beautiful appearance, plump fins, and deep and shallow pink fish tail, Shirahoshi suddenly swam over from afar. This mermaid's body is even bigger than the normal mermaids, and she is extremely adorable. At some point, she appeared before everyone's eyes. Seeing the lovely and beautiful mermaid princess, everyone's eyes couldn't help but shine. Beautiful princess, wherever she goes, is the focus of everyone's attention. But at this moment, everyone turned their heads to look at Whitebeard's father. Shirahoshi, you shouldn't come out from the shell in the tower. Neptune saw Shirahoshi appear, immediately surprised. His expression also couldn't help but become tense. The guards also became nervous. They quickly surrounded Princess Shirahoshi on all sides, each with an extremely nervous expression. Your Highness the Princess, it's too dangerous outside. Let's go back to the tower. That guy, perhaps, is thinking of plotting to harm Your Highness the Princess. It's because everyone talks at the same time. Retired. Suddenly, a sharp screech pierced the air. Suddenly from afar came, followed by that sharp screech, very quickly revealed its true form. Another bar several meters long with a big hammer blade. Huge sharp hammer. With terrifying speed, rapidly assassinated towards Princess Shirahoshi. What situation? Everyone was shocked and confused, especially Neptune and the others. Each and every one of them was extremely nervous. Even Manboshi, who was waiting for the three princes, all ran towards Princess Shirahoshi. Your Highness, be careful. The guards, regardless of all their attempts to block Princess Shirahoshi, blocked this assassination attempt for her. You guys don't want it. Princess Shirahoshi was also suddenly anxious. She was facing danger and appeared extremely scared. However, seeing so many relatives, regardless of their lives, blocking her way, her heart instantly burned. She doesn't want to see her relatives sacrifice for her. The gentle and lovely Shirahoshi, how could she let someone else sacrifice themselves to protect her? Exactly. What can I do if I'm impatient? Princess Shirahoshi suddenly started crying, big drops of tears flowing down. Woo woo woo. Princess Shirahoshi felt extremely helpless and pitiful. Tears from such a lovely face slid down, making people unable to help but feel pity. Retired. Extremely sharp screech, constantly approaching. That big hammer blade is rapidly shooting over. The terrifying sound of the explosion made people feel a shock in their hearts. This one blink. It seemed that everyone standing in front of Princess Shirahoshi would be quickly chopped to death by this axe, their bodies torn apart and blood spilled on the spot. Even Neptune couldn't help but close his eyes in despair. Do not dare to look at such a shocking scene. The guards who were blocking in front of Princess Shirahoshi, their originally resolute faces, now hearing that terrifying sound, couldn't help but reveal a look of horror. This is the word for the instinctive desire to survive. Owners all start to fear. This kind of terrifying rapid approaching giant hammer blade, only the extremely solid, extremely sturdy shell tower can make up for it. Human body, how can it withstand? So scary. Princess Shirahoshi. Almost all the mermaid clansmen present were shocked and pale. They cried out one by one, and at the same time, they closed their eyes in despair. They do not have the ability to do it. Maybe. Just when all the mermen closed their eyes, revealing desperate expressions. Even Princess Shirahoshi had already closed her eyes in despair. Tears continuously falling from the corners of her eyes, her heart almost collapsing. Just when everyone was suddenly frightened into despair by the huge battle axe. That terrifying sound suddenly stopped. No one died. No one bleeds. No one was killed by the battle axe. Is it the Babagwa's real ability? Like a mouse. Can't withstand a weak person's attack. Everyone heard a voice, an extremely calm and steady voice at this moment. Everyone in despair couldn't help but open their eyes. After they opened their eyes, they were shocked by the scene before their eyes. Only saw Whitebeard with one hand very lightly holding a battle axe, hammer, as if nothing happened, speaking. Fear. Vibrate. The fisherman clan was shocked. King Neptune was shocked and his eyes were wide open. There was no trace of kingly demeanor. He was shocked. And was violently ravaged by the earthquake. The guards were shocked, their eyes wide open. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is all this real? The three princes were all terrified. Oh. Princess Shirahoshi herself also opened her eyes, those cute big eyes, saw the scene before her eyes, saw Whitebeard as if nothing happened holding that roaring battle axe scene. A pair of cute big eyes stared at Yuan, eyes full of disbelief, look of shock. Fear beyond compare. The entire mermaid race was stunned. But follow. Wow. Neptune took the lead and knelt down in gratitude towards Whitebeard. Following were three princes kneeling and paying their respects. Following, the entire mermaid tribe knelt down one after another. They all were grateful to Whitebeard for saving Princess Shirahoshi. Fisherman Island is not far from the deep sea. One of them wore a small felt hat, had his hair up and a beard, had many necklaces hanging from his body, had 4 legs, and looked extremely humble, as if he hadn't bathed or washed his clothes for decades. This person is the Baba fruit ability user, Vander Decken the 9th World. Captain, did you just throw another flying axe at Princess Shirahoshi? The crew members all showed extremely proud smiles. Go ha. Vander Decken 9 World's 4 legs were swinging around in a mess, his 2 hands were swinging excitedly. The power of the Baba curse, it really has no disadvantages. Princess Shirahoshi is that legendary 313 ability to destroy the heavens. I must definitely capture you. Vander Decken Geosher waved his hands and feet and laughed. That disgusting appearance, like a vicious and sour shrewish woman, his 4 legs were even uglier like a crab. That one who didn't know how long it had been since he had washed his clothes, was emitting a foul stench. I'm afraid his subordinates, if not because they were afraid of his ability, would have long been disgusted and run away. The reason why Vander Decken Q the kept chasing after Princess Shirahoshi and wouldn't let her go was because of his father's last words. The mermaid princess has the ability to control the ocean. Control in the sea possess Sea King type ability. That's why he's so stubborn and doesn't hold back. Princess Shirahoshi is not only the princess of Fishman Island, but also one of the 3 ancient weapon sea kings. Captain, I heard that Fisherman Island has belonged to the Whitebeard pirates. A careful subordinate just said, it seems that even though they are in the deep sea, they do not know that the Whitebeard pirates have landed on Merman Island. Indeed. It is completely isolated from the outside world. That's right, boss. I heard that Whitebeard is currently so strong that no one can match him. I heard that even the 5 elders have to give Whitebeard some face. Another subordinate said more fearfully. It's not to give Whitebeard some face. It's that Whitebeard swept through the entire Navy headquarters. As the world's highest government power, the 5 elders, he still didn't dare to attack the Whitebeard pirates. This is still the first time in the entire world. If we injure Princess Shirahoshi, wouldn't that be the same as offending the Whitebeard pirates? I'm afraid something is not right. Boss. The more the subordinates talked, the more scared they became. They are from deep inside fear. Whitebeard. Kwong is a name. It's enough to make these scum become terrified. Moreover, he still wants to risk offending the dangerous Whitebeard pirates. Really? scared to the point of chills down my spine. Go ha ha ha. Vanderdecken Geosher, although his heart was almost trembling, but he still firmly believed that his matter could not possibly attract Whitebeard's attention than this sloppy guy. The more he thought about it, the more he thought about the matter that he could get his hands on, that high and mighty pirate Whitebeard. How could he possibly pay attention to Merman Island? Go ha 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 to say it again. Even if we offend Whitebeard, so what? As long as I can capture Princess Shirahoshi, I will immediately be invincible in the world. Invincible in the world. Controlling the entire sea. What a great power. Even if it's Whitebeard, in front of me, it's just like that. Not Vanderdecken Q the casual. But he knew. Being able to control the Sea King's type of ability was terrifying. No matter who, in this vast ocean, can be all Sea King type opponents. This vast ocean, at any time and any place, has countless Sea Kings, especially those giant attack type Sea King type. The more it has absolutely terrifying capabilities. In Vanderdecken Q the size, he only wanted to succeed. Whitebeard was not worth mentioning at all. Don't just say Whitebeard. Even if it's the entire world, I'm still invincible. Just need to control Princess Shirahoshi AAA. Go ha ha ha. At that time, it won't be Whitebeard's turn to rule this era. This era, it should be me Vanderdecken the Ninth World. Vanderdecken Q the feels more and more like he is about to become the champion of the world, the champion of the entire Grand Line, the champion of this vast ocean. And his subordinates were also infected by the captain, and for a moment they were all complacent and laughed like crazy. The Whitebeard era must come to an end from our captain. Go haha. Just when Vanderdecken Geosher and his subordinates were laughing like crazy without any restraint, suddenly a terrifying aura instantly enveloped all of them. In a flash, Vanderdecken Q the laughter stopped. Everyone instantly felt their scalps go numb, their backs go cold, their hearts beat wildly, and their blood flow accelerate. Just no time for them to react. That Vanderdecken 9 Worlds previous thrown-out giant hammer, suddenly with unimaginable speed, the wind pond electric will like a sky-breaking attack kill. Retirement. Vanderdecken Q the takes the lead. Poof. Poof. Head split. Bloodstorm sound resounds. Vanderdecken Q the died in a flash. His subordinates were all killed in an instant. Until death, they even killed the people they grew up to look like, they didn't even see. Because their level is already small. They still lack the qualifications to see Whitebeard take action. Fisherman Island. Princess Shirahoshi's eyes were filled with tears. At this moment she was glaring at Whitebeard with a pair of beautiful eyes, staring in surprise. After a little time, Princess Shirahoshi then weakly asked in a low voice, Lord Whitebeard. You like this? Just casually throwing it away? Can this hammer handle take care of that scum? Unimaginable. Unbelievable. Not to mention Princess Shirahoshi. Even the entire Merman Island Merman tribe found it unbelievable. Even the so-called Disney sea riding general also found it extremely unbelievable. What trick is this? Just throw one at random. This handle was originally thrown by Vanderdecken Geosher. Can it be used to kill Vanderdecken Geosher who is in the distance somewhere? So, true or false? At the same time, the Mermaid clan felt it was unbelievable and could not believe that this was real, and the Whitebeard Pirates group all revealed smiles. Father's hockey observation can be extremely powerful. George, who has always been taciturn, appeared under the diamond lens as the taciturn Iron Man. He laughed heartily and said, Diamond George protested with extraordinary pride. Father is all their pride. Everyone legend. Also the entire pirate world, the entire Grand Line legend father. At this moment, everyone just knew. Originally Whitebeard had used his observation hockey to find Vanderdecken the 9 Worlds and the others, seemingly casually throwing away the hammer. But it was not something ordinary people could do. Fear, such a gentle hand, was enough to make the entire mermaid race fall into incomparable fear once again. Reporting to His Majesty the King. Just now, soldiers in the deep sea discovered the corpses of Vanderdecken Geosher and the others. At this moment, a soldier rushed over, his face filled with incomparable shock and horror. According to the news just reported by the soldiers, Vanderdecken Geosher and his subordinates were all beheaded by a large axe, their bodies torn apart. Obviously, this soldier also did not know what had just happened here. Heard the soldiers report the news. Princess Shirahoshi and the others couldn't help but gasp in surprise. Emotional vibrations arise naturally. What kind of ostentatious trick is this? What kind of mind-blowing trick is this? It's creepy. Never heard of it. Even the knowledgeable Hades Rayleigh, at this moment, couldn't help but be shocked by Whitebeard's ferocious methods. This observation hockey is so powerful. As the future Pirate King Luffy's original teacher, Hades Rayleigh's cultivation of the 3 types of hockey can be said to be beyond normal. This old, white-haired powerhouse of his twilight years can compete with Navy Admiral Kizaru with just his swordsmanship. One can imagine his 3-color hockey, physical techniques, and swordsmanship are powerful. Maybe even such a strong person. Today also by Whitebeard's tricks, fiercely terrified one. Not worth mentioning. Whitebeard laughed haha, but there was no problem with the people in front of him praising him. He looked towards the huge figure that was almost the same size as him, Princess Shirahoshi. This giant little loli had stopped crying and smiled. Her adorable face was quite beautiful. Whitebeard laughed and said, "Little Shirahoshi, what do you want from me?" That. Princess Shirahoshi was looked at by Whitebeard from such a close distance. Suddenly felt a little embarrassed. Her weak voice also carried a bit of meaningless entanglement. Timidly looked at Whitebeard's resolute face. Finally, Princess Shirahoshi's eyes fell on Whitebeard's slightly curved crescent moon-shaped Whitebeard above. Only then did she gain a little courage, softly asked, "Lord Whitebeard, can you take Shirahoshi out to sea?" Princess Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi. Princess Shirahoshi doesn't say anything that makes people surprised until death. This is it. Suddenly scared Neptune and a group of mermen. Each one shouted in a hurry, "You must know, Shirahoshi is the princess of Fishman Island. It's not easy to leave Fisherman Island." Maybe. Shirahoshi seemed to have been mentally prepared. It seemed like this request had gone through a long period of mental struggle before being said, and not just said casually. Princess Shirahoshi turned her head and looked firmly at her father and brother. Brother, Li Zhaozhao, Shirahoshi has already thought it through. Shirahoshi longs to roam freely on the ocean. Shirahoshi doesn't want to be confined in that narrow shell tower. Done talking. Princess Shirahoshi looked at Whitebeard again, this time. Princess Shirahoshi's expression became fixed. She very sincerely pleaded, "Lord Whitebeard, Shirahoshi, please take me to the sea." Neptune waited for a group of Royal Fishman Island group to say something but stopped. Each one wanted to speak up to stop Princess Shirahoshi. Exactly. They know too. Princess Shirahoshi herself is also a mermaid. The desire to freely roam the sea, the desire to see the outside world, the desire to be able to roam the entire ocean world. This is the dream of every merpeople. Being a mermaid, it was just natural for him to be like this. It is only because of their discordant relationship with humans and often being captured and enslaved by humans that the merpeople do not dare to go out to the open sea to travel. Shirahoshi also aims to, under the real sun, travel the sea. Shirahoshi suddenly raised her head, her eyes revealing the conference, looking up at the sky, where was the fake royal sky. One could see that even the royal family of the Mermaid Island also yearned for the real sky. Princess Shirahoshi suddenly shed 2 lines of crystal-clear tears. Mother has worked hard. Isn't it true that one day, our mermaid race can be above the world, under the sun, freely roaming the ocean? I don't know how much courage this timid Princess Shirahoshi has to dare to make such an unprecedented decision. Silence. 387. Neptune crowd silent. Cucks ha ha ha. Whitebeard laughed loudly, reaching out to touch Princess Shirahoshi's head. "Little brat, you should be mentally prepared. Chasing us out to sea might be an extremely adventurous thing." Lord Whitebeard agrees? Princess Shirahoshi's small face was full of excitement, her voice carrying a hint of jumping. Shirahoshi is also not afraid of taking risks. Mentioning it seems like there is a bit of lack of strength. But Shirahoshi was really happy. After solving this trouble of Vander Decken Q, Princess Shirahoshi was obviously much more comfortable, otherwise she would not dare to speak her inner thoughts. If father nods, then it means he agrees, Marco said with a smile. Although Neptune and the others were a bit reluctant, they also knew that by following Whitebeard out to sea, Princess Shirahoshi would be absolutely safe. They also hoped that one day the mermaids could freely roam the open seas without having to worry about being captured and sold to the evil celestial dragons as slaves. Shirahoshi went to sea, also carrying the dream of the mermaid race. Maybe there could be such a day. The entire mermaid race can also freely enter and exit the ocean. In the eyes of the mermaid clan, Shirahoshi followed Whitebeard and was absolutely protected. Exactly. They just don't know. Shirahoshi's own ability can completely rampage the entire Grand Line. One of the 3 ancient weapons, the Sea King. No kidding. And for the Whitebeard pirates, having Shirahoshi join is equivalent to having one more almost invincible ancient weapon on the sea. Of course, few people know this point. Rayleigh, you were cut off before, continue. Whitebeard turned his head to look at Rayleigh on this old man's face. One could still vaguely see a hint of shock. It's obvious. Before Whitebeard displayed his observation hockey, it far exceeded Rayleigh's predictions. Magellan, these crazy people, on the contrary, are not worth worrying about. Rayleigh seemed to have a bit of a headache. Very clearly, BB, the process of him coming to find Whitebeard was not very smooth. Behind them, there is also another group of people, coming from the North Sea Evil Legion. Huh. Hearing Rayleigh's words, everyone couldn't help but be stunned. North Sea Evil Legion. North Sea people? Many members of the Whitebeard pirates couldn't help but be a little stunned. But Whitebeard just revealed a smile. Looking at the original text, he knew. The organization known as the Evil North Sea Army was Germa 66. There are war experts, war defense, evil army, and other evil types called Germa 66, which is a powerful military organization in the North Sea, a scientific combat force, commanded by the Vinsmoke family, and is also the representative of the Germa Kingdom. The current leader is the Straw Hat Group's Black Leg Sanji, Vinsmoke's biological father. Judge. Heaven has a path you don't take, hell has no gate you go astray. Are they also underworld? Whitebeard had no problem speaking. Pirate world exists, underworld forces, complicated troubles, even the original text, also never clearly said. However, since Whitebeard killed Caesar, he has completely provoked this group of underworld people. Then he killed Doflamingo, this underworld middleman. So let as many underworld as possible consider us enemies. For Whitebeard, those people came just right. Even if they don't come, Whitebeard will still find them and take them all to the finals. In that peerless battle at the Golden City, there may be quite a few underworld members participating. They are all enemies of the Whitebeard pirates. Those forces that secretly attack and use tricks make Whitebeard's existence even more unbearable. Let's go. Without much words, Whitebeard nodded. Then let's head towards Amazon Lily's daughter country. Underworld. Everyone, wash your neck clean for me. Prepare to welcome death. The sky is a hazy gray today. The entire ocean was covered in a layer of thick fog that made it impossible to see fingers. If a pilot saw such a scene, he would definitely be shocked. This is absolutely not possible to get off the train today. The entire earth and sky seemed to want to press down from the sky, flattening this vast and boundless sea. Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly, in the sky above, a thunderous sound rang out. Thunder rolled, rumbling continuously. There was lightning in this gray, misty sky, flowers breaking through the sky, illuminating the heavens and earth. That silver chain of lightning emitted an extremely terrifying pressure, carrying an extremely powerful, immeasurable destructive force. This moment, the entire Grand Line, the world's major islands, countless pirate groups, couldn't help but raise their heads and look up at the sky. Oh my God! Is this the end of the world? Seeing that terrifying chain of lightning, that dazzling silver light, suddenly appeared and then sparkled throughout the sky, there were countless people shocked. What the hell is this situation? On Sabaody Archipelago, each supernova returning from the New World was filled with fear. The sky is about to fall down. There was no shortage of pirates with strength that was not inferior to anyone else. All felt an incomparable fear. Their hearts were in turmoil. Their blood was accelerating. Every terrifying sound of thunder rolling down also made people unable to help but feel a tingling sensation on their scalps. Red line above. Each of the proud and arrogant heavenly dragons, who wore air-filled bags on their heads, couldn't help but raise their heads and look up at the sky. At this moment, even the arrogant heavenly dragons who were in the eyes of no one else were still trembling. Damn it! What the hell is this toy? Many celestial dragons vaguely felt the bubble wrapping around their heads about to burst. Such terrible weather. Let them feel very uncomfortable. Like being threatened to death. What is going on? In an expensive palace, the 5 elders gathered together. Even though he had lived for who knows how many years, Ngo Lao Tin had never seen this scene before. In that extremely dangerous sky, endless lightning bolts rolled down as if endless thunderbolts. Thunder sound is even more earth-shaking. Absolutely horrible. This isn't Whitebeard, eh? One of the 5 elders wanted to go to Whitebeard. This is not because of walking? Perhaps it is a natural phenomenon from the sky. Holding the first great demon cutting the 5 elders, he said with certainty. Obviously, such a terrible situation, they will not believe. Is what people should do. What if it really is an ability user? Wearing a black suit and keeping a goatee, Wu Laoxing said doubtfully, is it the thunderclap fruit? Pirate World, 2 great special effects indeed. One is called the Ultimate Rescue Fruit Surgery, which can perform life-saving surgery. One is called the Invincible Ability of Thunder Fruit. Body transforms into lightning, controls lightning. Even the world government that rules the world high and mighty would be moved. No way. This world will be in chaos. I heard that dragon has been quite lively lately. Damn it, what the hell is he thinking? The topic suddenly changed from the strange scene in heaven and earth to the Revolutionary Army leader Dragon, this mysterious figure, called the most dangerous person by the world government, currently offering the highest bounty in existence. Known as the nemesis of the gods, the mysterious D1 of the clan, established the Revolutionary Army, wanting to overthrow the world government. I heard Dragon and Whitebeard met. Returned a part of the introduction gift to Whitebeard. I wonder what the 2 of you are thinking. Hurry up and let Vegapunk make his move. I've been feeling a sense of unease. This world is so restless. Talking about Dragon and Whitebeard discussing this matter, even the 5 elders couldn't help but feel a headache and uneasy. One is the world's strongest person. One is the world's most dangerous person. If these 2 people join hands, even the 5 elders would have to be somewhat wary. In their hands, many of the trump cards were already taken away by Whitebeard. Gemini knows. This world is too chaotic. Roger the pirate ship Crocus, lying on a sun lounger, in his hand holding a copy of the world's most recent newspaper. All the news articles in the newspaper were related to Whitebeard. The aftermath of Whitebeard's crushing of the Navy headquarters led to Magellan leading the prison guards to take crazy revenge, releasing criminals on death row, and taking revenge on the entire world. Good money. Whitebeard went down to Fisherman Island. Someone on the outer perimeter of Fisherman Island saw King of Hell Rayleigh and Whitebeard in contact. Whitebeard, this world's strongest man. Defeat all those who have ever wanted to challenge others. Each new article, using large font, describes Whitebeard's world-shaking events. Crocus shook his head, took off his old glasses, glanced at the lightning and thunderclap sky, and said to himself, Whitebeard, he is not the strongest person in the world. The strongest person in the world can only be worthy to fight with Whitebeard. Boom, boom, boom. The entire sky was covered in endless lightning, and the deafening sound of thunder and lightning was heard. Suddenly, in the sky above, a black dot appeared. A black dot fell from the sky. Black dots surrounded by endless lightning. At this time, everyone realized that the strange scene that appeared in the world of lightning and thunder was all caused by those black dots. What a complicated celestial phenomenon. A butterfly flapping its wings can bring about a storm. And at the top of the sky, lightning emitted, causing a chain reaction of thunderclouds in the sky, causing large-scale lightning and thunder to appear all over the world. That black dot falling from the sky, swirling with lightning, was constantly enlarging. Gradually, lightning retreat. Only one black spot remains. Supreme in the sky. An extremely giant spaceship, in a strange way, landed in 753 pieces. This is an extremely huge, with countless giant sliding objects. Solid and indestructible, specially modified cabin. Spacious no Belgian version above. One of them was naked, with 4 large carved 3-hook jade drums behind him, a white turban on his head, and extremely long ears that hung down to his chest. He exuded an arrogant, fierce, and powerful aura, as if he was high above like a god, controlling everything, not allowing anyone to get close to him. This person whose entire body exudes a powerful lightning aura is the Thunder Fruit Experience ability user Enel. On the moon, The battle took place for nearly 2 years. Enel, under the guidance of the robot left behind by Dr. Moon, found the space pirates. In the instant after the space pirates were captured, Enel discovered the ruins of the Moon City. Furthermore, in the Moon City, there is no shortage of secret texts found. The once extremely technologically advanced Moon people, after leaving the Moon, left behind a lot of science and technology along with the map of the pirate world from the Moon. Of course, Dr. Moon was also left behind. Originally, Enel expressed that he was not interested in these things. It can be very fast. Enel immediately discovered that the Moon was really too boring. No enemies. No subordinates. The whole Moon is filled with a boring atmosphere. Except for the little robot guys outside. Everything appeared to be boring, obviously. Very inconsistent with Enel's dream of conquering the infinite. Right after that, Enel brought his Moon robot, sat on his huge spaceship from the infinitely large Moon. According to the path left by the Moon people, planned a new journey. Maybe it's because of Whitebeard's butterfly effect. Perhaps it was simply because Enel felt that conquering the Moon had no meaning. Enel's appearance is completely different from the original plot. Captain, we can see the mainland below. A small robot, holding a pistol and saluting with one hand, reported to Enel standing proudly to the side. Ton hi. Enel grabbed an apple as if nothing happened and took a bite. BCFG. This pair of big ears was extremely alluring to look at. Only gods are worthy of this world, eh? Looking down from the spaceship. A piece of blue ocean in the middle of the sea. There's a piece of crimson continent. This is undoubtedly Qinghai. Straw Hat Boy, are you well? Wait, I will let you taste all this suffering. Know the consequences of offending a god. Enel still feels uneasy about the incident of being blown away by Luffy. So, at lunar approach in 2 years, Enel painfully thought about it. Opened the physical training and thunder fruit to explore deeper levels. And the Moon sought scientific training methods which further increased Enel's physical skills. At this moment, his strength was no longer comparable to what Skypiea had back then. Even if it is purely physical technique, it is still powerful beyond the ordinary. The original weakness is now gone forever. Powerful physical techniques. Champion Thunder Fruit Real ability. Almost demon hockey observation. In this approaching 2 years, Enel increased crazily. His overall strength had far surpassed the original Skypiea. The original, if it weren't for Luffy, the main characters Halo and Rubber would have been a perfect match. Luffy basically can't defeat Enel, this super big boss. After all, Enel, who had just obtained the Thunder Fruit, was already able to destroy his own homeland. Enel's current strength can be considered terrifying. Very fast. Discovered a very giant spaceship. Suddenly, Enel on the robot ship cried out in alarm. Enel's eyes lit up. He lowered his head to look down, and sure enough, an extremely large spaceship was rising from that vast blue sea, slowly flying. Unexpectedly, Qinghai also has a flying ship. Interesting. Let's chase after it. Enel squeaked and ate the whole apple, not even vomiting the apple seeds. And the giant thing Enel and the others saw was Whitebeard's spaceship. One day, in the first half of the Grand Line on the vast ocean, each pirate crew saw a scene that left them incomparably terrified. In the sky above, the Whitebeard pirate ship, the harmony of all things. The giant thing flew away at an unimaginable speed. Wherever the harmony of all things passes, even below the sea surface, a huge wave is stirred up. The sea surface is guided by a powerful air current, stirring up a long, white wave that moves forward along with the harmony of all things. The whole sea surface belongs to the inner ripples. What shocked the pirates even more was, in the harmony of all things in the sky, there is also a giant thing, horizontal to the sky, with very fast speed. Chasing after all things in harmony and moving forward. The sky was filled with deafening explosions, shaking the heavens and earth. Even far below on the surface of the sea, the eardrums were aching and buzzing. Oh my god. 20. And there's also a giant ship that's vastly different in size from Whitebeard's pirate ship. Someone looked up at the sky and said with great emotion. On the sea, each pirate stared at the sky with their eyes wide open. Those 2 huge pirate ships, rising and falling, flew in the sky. The air exploded. The sea's surface stirred up huge waves. All said and done, these 2 things are terrifyingly huge. Who the hell is it? And also built a pirate ship that can fly? This Isn't it the pirate ship that caused the strange scene between heaven and earth earlier? A pirate ship fell from the sky. My God, it's so big. This moment, countless people became afraid. That led to a strange scene in heaven and earth, bringing thunder and lightning. From the sky above, the pirate ship landed, at this moment in the middle of the sky, chasing after Whitebeard pirate ship. Could it be that a strong person has come from the sky? Someone said in surprise. It is really subversive of people's three views. Could it be that the Scythians are coming? On the Sabaeody archipelago, Bellamy, who had once been to Skypea, now raised his head and said with emotion, even though he was such an arrogant, ignorant, and incomparable newcomer, at this moment his lips couldn't help but tremble and his throat went dry. What a terrifying level. Skypea? I've heard that in the sky 1 meter. There exists an island in the sky where the winged Scythian inhabitants live. Someone had seen the records and books, and now hearing Bellamy speak, couldn't help but think of that possibility. Skypea is coming down to the spaceship? On another island, the captain of the pirate crew, the supernova monster Monkurage, looked up at the sky and said in surprise, what are they thinking chasing after the Whitebeard pirates? This is where people really care about the main point. This moment. I don't know how many people are extremely skeptical about this issue. I wonder how many people have become interested in this issue. A pirate ship descended from the sky, a spaceship, chasing after the Whitebeard pirates. Who the hell is it that could possibly have the power to let such a huge pirate ship fly? What kind of person is this, have the courage? Chase after the Whitebeard pirates. Could it be an extremely powerful existence? I'm afraid. He's a truly invincible character. Unbelievable. A world-shaking event is about to happen. At this moment, countless people were discussing, who is that other spaceship in the sky? Dare to chase after the Whitebeard pirates. There must be supernatural power. I'm afraid a great war is about to break out. If there really is an invincible powerhouse from the heavens, I'm afraid it will cause a world-shaking war. Enel's spaceship chased after Whitebeard. All things harmonious, such a situation, in the first half of the Grand Line, stirred up huge waves and strong winds. For the moment, the entire Grand Line's first half is paying close attention to this matter. But 993 in the sky, Whitebeard pirate ship suddenly accelerated. Suddenly the speed doubled. Boom, boom, boom. Terrifying sound of explosion. Defeat in the sky. Enel pirate ship. That terrifying sound exploded, covering up all sounds in the world. But the Whitebeard pirate ship's speed is terrifying. And no one can compare. Captain. The pirate ship in front suddenly accelerated. Not even waiting for the small robot to finish reporting. Enel arrogantly opened his mouth and interrupted the robot's words. Fly at full speed. Let this divine general spaceship intercept it. Right. Each small robot name hurriedly began to act. This spacecraft is on the moon, conducting back and forth with high-tech acceleration equipment. After receiving Enel's command, these little robots ran to the control room and began to increase the speed of the spaceship's flight speed. Ugh, ha ha ha. Don't even think about running away. This god really enjoys playing chase games with you guys. Enel raised his chin, one hand rubbed his extremely long earlobe, and said proudly, behind the 4 big drums. There was a slight movement, making him look very Chinibu, but the terrifying thunderous aura on his body made people's scalps numb. Enel has the ability to catch up with the harmony of all things. Because his spaceship on the moon undergoes high-tech modifications. Advanced super engine system. Not only that, Enel also has a palm card. Enjoy it well. This world is about to be conquered by this god. Enel leisurely and extremely confident and extremely stable observed the vast ocean below. The blue sea surface, vast and powerful, looking down from the sky, making people feel refreshed. There is a kind of world lord feeling. This makes Enel feel very refreshed. Catch up. Below. Countless people were paying attention. Each group of pirates took out their goggles and stared at the 2 giant objects in the sky. Every move of the 2 spaceships attracted the attention of everyone in the entire first half of the Grand Line. The harmony of all things doubled. And the Enel spaceship in the sky also accelerated, very quickly caught up. Let this god stop them. Ahahaha. Chasing game, the final victory, will definitely be this god. Enel was in a good mood, very refreshed, very interested in playing games, just like the first time in Skypea, the so-called survival game. In the end, only 5 people survived. Powerful strength makes Enel extremely confident. Self-proclaimed god. The power also calls out to the gods. Control the Logia system within the most powerful destructive force of lightning. Moreover, during these 2 years, he continuously made up for his weaknesses, strengthened his physical techniques, and even his already powerful observation haki also increased a lot. All of these are Enel's confident source. Not expansionist, but his true strength. Extremely confident. Captain, are we going to use the laser cannon? Wearing a helmet. The little robot looked up and asked Enel. This little robot's own secret message was that it shouldn't be used. However, with such a high flight speed, it seems that only this kind of weapon can stop the spaceship below. No need. Enel seemed to be too lonely on the moon, planning to play more. Very interested, directly surpass them. Pass to their spaceship, then force them. Eh? The little robot let out an unbelievable ah sound. Live real picture. What if it doesn't stop here? This is not to be beaten up. Ugh, ha ha ha. Enel took out his ears and laughed leisurely. You can't touch us. Don't forget, I am the god of controlling divine power. Excited. The little machine man is extremely respectful of Enel's abilities. Maybe. Just then, the little machine suddenly saw the harmony of everything below at a speed that doubled again. The small man wearing a helmet said in shock, reporting to the captain, "We are afraid we cannot stop them. They are accelerating." The Lunar Science and Technology Accelerator engine has been fully deployed. To the limit of acceleration. Can't catch up. Accelerate again? Enel was unexpectedly stunned for a moment. Ugh, ha ha ha. Interesting, ah. Suddenly, Enel suddenly laughed out loud, just in time. This god is in a very good mood right now, so I'll play with you guys, ah. I will do it myself. Enel himself went towards the control room. That place can convert lightning into starting force. And below the ocean and above the island, countless people saw such a scene, once again amazed. The Whitebeard pirate ship is accelerating again. Ignore that airship in the sky. As expected of Whitebeard. The world's strongest pirate ship, Whitebeard pirate ship, all things in harmony. The world's strongest pirate crew, Whitebeard pirate crew. At this moment, countless people could not help but become admiring this harmonious and powerful driving force. After a moment, countless people were once again in an uproar. Chase! That spaceship in the sky is accelerating like that. Oh my god! The speed is so fast. Unbelievable. At the same time, while the world was shocked, Enel on the spaceship, with both hands, obediently, beat the drum behind, releasing powerful lightning, streaks of silver lightning, densely intertwined, poured into the starting conversion equipment inside. The spacecraft gained a powerful starting force and then accelerated again. Catch up with Whitebeard pirate ship. The captain is indeed invincible. Beside Enel. Each of the small metal helmet-wearing mechanical men looked at Enel, their small eyes revealing a look of utmost admiration. Releasing a powerful electric current. Enel was about to laugh, but suddenly his smile stiffened. The little machine man shouted, "Captain, that spaceship is accelerating again." Just a moment to catch up, the result is in front of all. Harmony accelerates again. Left behind again. Damn it. This makes Enel very upset. Beside a small machine man looked at Enel with great admiration, shaking his head excitedly and saying, "Captain, do your best. You are invincible." 300 million. Special. Discharge. Enel had long since lost his previous playful mood. His firepower was fully deployed, instantly releasing a terrifying electric current of over 300 million volts. At first, when Enel and Luffy fought, 300 million volts was Enel's strongest move. Can you imagine how terrifying it is? Boom. The entire enormous spaceship once again roared and accelerated. Speed up again. It is really a shocking event. Whitebeard pirate ship once again left the airship, got into the airship, and accelerated again. What a terrifying speed. Feeling like catching up. To launch such a huge spaceship. What kind of exaggerated energy is needed? Who the hell is it? On the sea, more and more pirate ships appeared. Each pirate was terrified beyond compare and admired. Even the pirate ships that followed suit began to speed up on the sea. This is not good to find. After chasing below, he discovered how terrifying and fast the speed of the Enel spaceship in the sky was, how fast the pirate ship on the sea surface, There was basically no way to reach that kind of speed. Oh my god! The spaceship, what kind of terrifying speed can it reach? Those pirates chasing the sea were shocked to the extreme. They were horrified to discover that even if they took the pirate ship at full speed, they would still not be able to see the two giant tails in the sky. Can only use the eyes to stare. In the sky, the harmony of all things suddenly opened its full-speed flight mode. 10 times the acceleration was fully deployed. The speed once again increased terrifyingly. Once again. The spaceship that had been struggling to catch up with Enel was shaken behind the helmsman. Let Enel can only see the harmony of all things sailing the lantern boat. Captain, do your best. Captain, you're the fattest. Captain, you're the best. Each of the small iron-helmeted robots excitedly shouted to Enel to cheer him on. 500 million volts. Discharge. At this moment, the initial confidence and composure on Enel's face had long since disappeared without a trace. What remained was an extremely uncomfortable feeling. He was using all his strength. 500 million volts of electricity discharge, Enel on the moon, towards the Thunder Fruit, once again released the strongest electric current. Terrifying electric current. Instantly poured into the energy conversion equipment. She 1111. Silver lightning, equipped on the jump, each silver lightning, even if it is just a tiny hair, also has extremely terrifying energy. Densely interwoven silver lightning crazily flooded into the booting equipment. Just looking at it makes one's scalp go numb. Boom. The huge spaceship accelerated again. Captain, do your best. The captain has not caught up yet. Our speed is still slower than the opponents. We want to be left behind. Captain, Captain. A group of small robots jumped up and shouted. They were extremely excited. This kind of pursuit battle was the most exciting. However, releasing 500 million volts still couldn't reach Whitebeard's ship. The little robots shouted again. Captain, release a stronger electric current. We can definitely catch up with them. Captain, you are the fattest. Enel's white headscarf fell on his forehead, and beads of hot sweat the size of beans appeared. The 500 million volts of continuous discharge required a terrifying amount of consumption. It could be imagined that Enel had almost used up all the energy he had gathered on the moon over the past 2 years. He was still unable to catch up, and he was extremely frustrated. Fresh Flower Bridge. Hearing a group of small robots shouting and talking, Enel's forehead suddenly bulged with veins. A slap flew over, sending all the small robots flying. You fat guys. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Damn it. Enel's forehead veins popped out. He was exhausted and sweating profusely. This was something Enel had never experienced before after obtaining the Thunder Fruit. Absolutely never been tired before. Almost made Enel tired and paralyzed. As a result, still unable to catch up with all things. Harmony. This made Enel angry from shame. Damn it. You guys defend the control room for me. Enel was furious and let out a low roar, sending the group of people who were slapped away and then scared to the point of trembling, scared to the point of not daring to move rashly. Retired. Enel instantly transformed into lightning. A silver lightning bolt suddenly shot out from the spaceship. Towards Whitebeard, the harmony of all things is urgent. Oh my god. I saw a flash of lightning. Is this an ability user? Thunder Fruit real ability user. At this moment, the world is boiling. More and more people know about the Thunder Fruit's invincible ability. More and more people are shocked here. He wants to attack Whitebeard? Everyone was shocked and raised their heads, looking towards the sky. Stab. Enel transformed into a lightning man with terrifying speed. Quickly shot towards Van Hung. Harmoniously, damn it. Make this god disappear. In the sky, Enel transformed into an extremely dazzling silver lightning man. His entire body was dancing with lightning. His entire body carried a terrifying aura. Every time he raised his hand or lifted his foot, it was filled with terrifying lightning. Thunder God. At this moment, below the ocean, looking at the countless pirates, they couldn't help but feel admiration. Is this the legendary invincible power user? Controlling the most mysterious lightning in nature. Countless people were amazed. Even though it was thousands of meters above the sea, they could still feel the terrifying destructive power of the lightning in the sky. God of Justice. The whole person circled around the silver electric lake. Enel, in the midst of a surprise attack and a desperate charge, raised his left hand, pointing at Xiangwan's harmonious appearance. In the blink of an eye, Enel's arm erupted with an extremely terrifying lightning. Bright, beautiful, extremely dazzling. Follow. In the middle of the harmonious sky, suddenly a huge thunder pillar appeared. This is Enel using his observation hockey to precisely bombard the god's sanction. The lightning pillar carried terrifying destructive power, descending from the sky, slashing straight at Whitebeard's place of harmony, as if pouring down endless lightning, possessing extremely terrifying might. Seeing such a scene, everyone could not help but be shocked and filled with admiration. But the next second, a scene happened, making countless people become more and more admiring. Only saw that thunder pillar pouring down. In a flash struck down, but right when the thunder was about to fall into the harmony of all things, Whitebeard suddenly appeared on the deck of the harmony of all things, that majestic and imposing figure, as if it could lift up the heavens and earth. Only saw Whitebeard punch out with one hand towards the sky. This one, just as if in the midst of the boundless lightning of heaven and earth, a truly brave warrior, one man and one horse, went against the heavens, resisting the might of heaven. The shocking image is unmatched. Whitebeard punched the sky. Squeak, squeak. In the blink of an eye, from Whitebeard's fist, the air started to shatter into pieces, instantly like a glass surface, completely shattered. What a terrifying shockwave. That shock power can shatter everything. The air from below rose up, continuously shattering, like a long line of ice breaking, rushing upwards. The air shattered and rolled back, the vibrational energy and the falling thunderbolt instantly collided. Horrible sound. In a flash, such a loud explosion rang out. What followed was a scene that left countless people in awe. Only saw that originally from the sky god's punishment thunder pillar. As if it had turned into a physical body, the entire thunder pillar instantly shattered like glass. Thunder shattered again. Unbelievable. Such a chilling thing. Something no one had ever heard of before, instantly caused a stir among countless people. Numb. At this moment, countless pirates looking up at the sky watching the battle couldn't help but gasp. As expected of the strongest Paramecia-type devil, truly shocking. As expected of the strongest existence. Edward Newgate, Whitebeard, can also bring thunder to shatter. What a terrible show of tricks. Thunder belongs to a type of energy, and the vibration ability was developed by Whitebeard to the level of being able to shatter energy. Nature can bring thunder to shatter. Seeing that his godly sanctions, which were completely harmless, were broken by a giant man raising his hand, this made Enel's heart unable to help but become stunned. I didn't think that the first time I made a move, I would encounter an equally powerful expert. Enel first came to the pirate world and continuously suffered a great frustration. This made Enel extremely upset. However, he is always arrogant and haughty and probably won't feel that an enemy who breaks the divine punishment can stand on par with him. Bastard! It's just that the weakest divine punishment's power is shattered. Don't get too excited too soon. 200 million volts. Thunder Dragon. Enel suddenly put his hands behind his back and knocked on his neck. The endless thunder force stored within the ancient world suddenly erupted. At the lightning release blink, a terrifying aura emitted from a Gyoro dragon, charging out. Extremely terrifying Thunder Dragon, at 767 appeared in a flash, immediately brought about a strange scene of heaven and earth changing. The clouds in the sky became shattered, became rolled up. Roar! Lei Long Baohao was looking out in the blink of an eye. The book was rolling towards Whitebeard. 200 million volts. This is Enel's ancient lightning storage. But it wasn't the lightning in his body. Most of the lightning in his body was used to start the spaceship and was already exhausted. It was actively comical. Stab! The extremely huge Thunder Dragon pierced through the air, carrying with it an extremely terrifying power, emitting a sharp and ear-piercing explosion sound. Aiming towards Whitebeard, it seemed like everything was dimly fading under this Thunder Dragon. It was as if all the power of heaven and earth was not enough to resist this terrifying power of the Thunder Dragon. Thunderfruit is really powerful. Really looking forward to it. Facing such a terrifying power of the Thunder Dragon, Whitebeard was still calm, his expression as usual, not carrying even the slightest bit of surprise, on the contrary. He even showed a bit of joy. Enel, welcome to the Whitebeard era. Oh my god, what a terrifying Thunder Dragon. Saw Lei Long appear in a flash. Countless people became admiring. That's enough. Too shocking. An extremely huge, terrifying lightning dragon surrounded by a terrifying electric lake. Even the people on the sea far away could clearly feel it. After the lightning dragon appeared, that kind of terrifying pressure and terrifying lightning force threatened it. Can't stop. At this moment, countless people cried out. I don't know how many people were a little scared. Who the hell is this? Where the hell did he come from? In this world, there is actually such a powerful existence. Thunder Fruit. Truly an invincible ability. He can fight against Whitebeard. I don't know how many people were terrified after that, started to look forward to this battle. Air War. This world is at the peak of war. Absolutely can meet but cannot ask for great events, eh? Very fast. The Thunder Fruit competition really shook the world with its power. The whole world began to pay attention to this battle. There are even people below on the sea surface, carrying good projection phones, taking all these battle images, trying their best to capture them through the radio waves to transmit them to the new world. They move very quickly, especially regarding the Whitebeard battle title, making such news spread tenfold faster, almost in a very short time. Countless people around the world began to pay attention to this battle. Can Whitebeard win this fight? There are also doubts. There is no doubt about Whitebeard's ability. The whole world knows that Whitebeard is extremely powerful. After all, he is the legendary Thunder Fruit ability user. This mysterious and invincible fruit ability is still appearing before the eyes of the world for the first time, especially when people think of the way the Thunder Fruit ability user appeared. From the sky, it brought about a strange scene between heaven and earth, thousands of Thunder ability users. Thinking of this, the world is even more moved. Enel shook the field in a shocking manner. Enel's first move caused the lightning pillar to tilt and fall. Every move, every shock was incomparable. But at the terrifying appearance of the Thunder Dragon, Whitebeard's extremely confident and domineering words, almost at the same time, were transmitted from the sky and into the ears of the people of the world. Welcome to the Whitebeard era. What a shocking words. All of this sounds like a long story, but it actually happened in an extremely short period of time. At the moment when Whitebeard's extremely domineering words were heard, the giant Thunder Dragon, carrying terrifying power, charged towards him. Boom, boom, boom. In the heavens and earth, thunder rolled. All things seemed to dim and fade. In the heavens and earth there was only silver lightning, extremely dazzling, making it impossible for people to look straight at the sparkle. Fire Dragon Roar. This time Whitebeard did not use his shockwave ability, but raised his hand, holding a giant saber that was more than 10 meters long, and suddenly threw it out. Extremely domineering sword style was thrown out in the blink of an eye. Boom! The sword above erupted with extremely red divine flames. Once the divine flames appeared, even the air was burned to the point of distortion. The temperature was terrifying to the extreme. This is the ultimate attack of the burning fruit. Using the blade as a medium, Whitebeard unleashed his strongest move on burning fruit, its power even surpassing the great Flame Emperor Ace used at first by countless times. Fire Dragon. Roar! Roar! At the blink of an eye of the divine flame, a giant red-hot divine flame creature suddenly appeared. A terrifying fire dragon that is on par with the Thunder Dragon. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, the sky seemed to crack. The air was boiling, energy was scattered. It seemed like the sky would no longer be stable. Roar, roar. Thunder Dragon and Fire Dragon instantly clashed together. Terrifying airwaves, like exploding bombs, continuously rolled back. Boom, boom, boom. Blood-red divine inflammation, together with silver lightning, collided in the blink of an eye and continuously exploded. Red and silver compete in the sky. The raging flames and lightning constantly mix together, continuously exploding, densely packed with explosives, continuously erupting deafening explosive sounds. This is the 200 million volt Thunder Dragon. The divine flame fire dragon roared and completely resisted. She 1111. Accompanied by a brilliant and beautiful explosion, the silver lightning and the blood-red divine flame clashed, and streaks of scattered energy continuously exploded, causing extremely chaotic fluctuations as if the heavens and earth were in turmoil, possessing a terrifying destructive force that tore through everything. Even the sky, Zhao Hao, had already shattered into pieces. Each sharp and extremely violent sound echoed through the heavens and earth. Oh my god. This is terrible. The burning fruit can actually be developed to this level. Back then, the burning fruit in Ace's hand was already extremely powerful. Now that the burning fruit and the blade have become one, and with Whitebeard's development, it naturally wants to go even higher. This is gods fighting. Fantasy battle. That's enough, viewers. That dazzling and beautiful explosion, thunder and divine flames, made everyone who saw the scene shocked beyond compare. A fire dragon and a thunder dragon competing in midair, like the sun and moon competing in midair. Extremely bright. This scene shocked countless people. The Logia demon is truly a top-notch dual power. Lucky to be able to witness such a battle, people are all extremely excited. This is an unprecedented aerial battle. Burning fruit and thunder fruit compete, a true top-notch Logia battle. Countless people became admiring. Terrifying sound and energy exploded. The two extremely huge, terrifying dragons violently shattered, turning into countless energy disturbances, forming two boundless energy storms in the air. The cloud layer had already broken apart. The sky seems to be cracking. This kind of vast level of energy fluctuation is truly terrifying, unimaginable to the extreme. That terrifying sound wave, transmitted down, shook the inner heart of every person watching the battle. The thunder dragon shattered, turning into countless pieces of lightning, rolling back out, forming a terrifying storm mixed with lightning and lightning. The fire dragon shattered, countless pieces of flame rolled out, following. The pitch-black abyss-like blade flew back into Whitebeard's hands, and the flame pieces similarly formed a high-temperature flame storm. The surging energy formed two whirlwinds that rolled down from the sky, raising two huge waves in the vast ocean. A lot of seawater evaporated. White mist covers the sky and earth. Infinitely a very terrible form. Even the unlucky people who were watching the fight were caught in the whirlwind. As the curious onlookers gathered around, these people didn't even have the strength to resist. They were blown away and were swept away by the storm to an unknown place. This scene stunned countless people, makes countless people scared. This time, it can be said to be a classic case of unlucky onlookers, especially those curious pirates who were sailing pirate ships under the sea and fighting in the sky, chasing after people to watch the battle. The more you stand at the forefront, good energy, terrifying storm. Countless people have numb scalps. Those unlucky and powerful onlookers will all die. Survivors still have fear in their hearts. Scared, can or not be afraid. Curiosity prompted the crowd below to watch. But unfortunately, the aftermath of the battle affected lives. The battle of the gods. Can't see up close. Can only look into the distance. Countless people said in horror. This tells us we absolutely must not be curious enough to get close to strong people to watch the battle. Otherwise, the next unlucky person will be you. Someone knows, so warn the people around. This made many people gasp. Favor. Using 200 million volt Thunder Dragon to attack, the result was still blocked and obstructed. This made Enel once again become stunned. If it was said that he had previously used the divine punishment as a means of attack, and after it was destroyed, he didn't care at all, and wanted to use the 200 million volt Thunder Dragon to attack, and it was once again destroyed and eliminated, it completely left Enel astonished. Could it be that this BGDF world's strong people are also that powerful? Even someone like Enel, who is arrogant and self-righteous, could not help but start to be a bit more careful at this moment. He is not stupid. On the contrary, extremely intelligent. Otherwise, it would be impossible to increase observation hockey to such a powerful level. The development of the opposite thunder fruit is also very deep. But surprise is surprise. Enel is still very confident in his own strength, he just became more serious. At first, that kind of teasing attitude towards weak opponents, he did not dare to have it anymore. 500 million volts. Thunder roar. Enel's two hands continuously tapped the back of his neck. Horrifying bolts of lightning crazily emerged from within the ancient world. Stab. She 1111. Terrifying thunder appeared afterwards, continuously overlapping, forming streaks of lightning. Not only that, but in an extremely short period of time, it formed a terrifying thunder area. Thunder God. Domain. This is Enel using the strongest 500 million volts of lightning to unleash his strongest move. In these 2 years, He has truly gained new understanding of the Thunder Fruit. Under the Thunder Domain, everything was buried, and Enel himself was filled with boundless lightning energy, transforming into the Thunder God, entering the realm of lightning. Countless dense silver lightning bolts descended from the sky, forming a large area, with Enel hovering within it. This piece of domain is his Enel's lord. Just that little bit of power? Whitebeard's generous and refreshing voice shook the sky and spread throughout the world. Ugh, ha ha ha. It's not just this point. Enel heard Whitebeard's voice. Not only did he not get angry, but instead he laughed from Nobunaga. Don't joke around. This is the Thunder God's domain. How can a mortal understand this? Cucks cucks ha ha ha. You are really arrogant and crazy. Whitebeard's laughter was extremely open, shaking the horizon, echoing in the heavens and earth. Your lightning is enough to tickle this old man. New world. Countless people looked up at the sky, seeing the silver lightning continuously flashing in the sky, along with that terrifying flame. The flame seemed to burn like a sea of fire in the sky, and the thunder seemed to be able to bury all the thunder domains. Following that, terrifying red flames and silver lightning exploded. The sky seemed to be torn apart by a form of divine flames and lightning that devastated everything. That terrifying explosion sound, even in the distant New World Grand Line sea surface, could still be heard. Boom, boom, boom. This made countless pirates slightly terrified. I heard that someone is broadcasting a live battle on an island in front of us. True or false? Go. Let's run. This is the world's top character competition. Absolutely cannot be missed. At this moment, the news spread, and each pirate rushed to find an island where they could watch the live broadcast. New world. 20 half-baked cakes on the island. It's Dad fighting with you. What a terrifying lightning force. This is the Thunder Fruit's real ability. It's inevitably a bit too unimaginable. Actually able to fight evenly with Dad. How powerful. At this time, the cake on the island. The ice pirate Whitebeard flag next to the pirate crew. Not only the Cake Island, in fact after the Blackbeard pirates were destroyed, the island that originally belonged to the Ant was taken over by Blackbeard and became a force under the Whitebeard pirates. All the nations were surrendered to the Whitebeard pirates. New World. The original Navy Headquarters Island, currently the Whitebeard pirates base. Loose Showdown Island Ice Devil made. At this time also through the projection phone double screen to watch the live broadcast, but what makes people regret is, because the battle position is not too high. And also after encountering a crowd of onlookers unlucky incident, no one dares to close distance to film the live broadcast image, resulting in the projection phone double screen to watch the live broadcast image, blurry and unclear. Although it's not very clear, it can be seen that the enemy is very difficult to deal with. Ice Witch's evaluation. Who exactly is the enemy? Look. Father seems to know him. Thunder Enjoyment Fruit ability user. I have never heard of such a person. In ancient books, I have heard of, there is an invincible Thunder Enjoyment Fruit type fruit that really exists. In the base, many of the Whitebeard pirates sighed and said, speaking of the invincible Thunder Fruit, there was no shortage of pirates from the Whitebeard pirates who couldn't help but worry about the safety of Whitebeard's father. New World. Grand Line. Spread out the yellow sand and the chaotic rocks, the strangely desolate white island. Baltigo. Leader, the Whitebeard pirates after trampling the New World Navy headquarters. On the way to the Calm Belt, encountered a mysterious powerhouse. Big Head Ivankov, unusually serious treatment just said, the so-called invincible devil fruit, Thunder Fruit real ability user. Find Whitebeard. Fall. Not waiting for the one wearing the military green coat dragon to speak, the other side was elegantly drinking tea. Robin. Hearing the 4 words, Xiangleguasher, the moment, the teacup in his hand directly fell down, smashing on the ground. Never before had Robin been so rude. For the first time did not care about the broken teacup on the ground, but was startled and asked Ivankov, you just said it was an ability user of Xiangleguasher. Robin knows. Initially in Skypiea, met Enel, is the Thunder Fruit ability user. Enel is the strongest enemy the Straw Hat Pirates have ever encountered. That's right. I heard that he is a pilot of a huge spaceship, a powerhouse from the heavens. Ivankov's eyes turned to Robin and he nodded. BA. A group of Revolutionary Army cadres turned their heads in confusion, looking towards Robin. Thunder Fruit ability user. We met. It's almost the same as 2 years ago. Robin simply met Enel and how by chance, he explained the process of Enel being blown away. Listened to a group of Revolutionary Army cadres, constantly terrified. I didn't think it would be Enel again. Robin was finally terrified beyond compare. Ivankov frowned, finally said, there is news. Should we go see? Many 410 lap catch nodded. Go take a look. The first Robin stood up. Very quickly, many Revolutionary Army cadres went to a projection phone in front. This is the image coming from the remaining island of the New World. TCH. Because the transmission was prolonged, they happened to see the scene of the Thunder Dragon and Fire Dragon exploding. For a moment, many of the cadres gasped in surprise. Enel has become this strong. Robin was terrified. She had always been calm and composed, but seeing such a scene today, she could no longer calm down. In 2 years, I never thought that Enel would have grown so powerful to such a terrifying level. Luffy. I'm afraid he's far from being a match. If Enel wants to seek revenge on Luffy is afraid he'll be in danger. The next battle scene once again shocked Robin. Below a screen, even the calm leader of the Revolutionary Army, Long, couldn't help but feel moved. Unbelievable. Watch Whitebeard and Enel's sky battle of communication. A group of Revolutionary Army cadres, all slightly terrified. Among them, the most terrifying person, besides Robin, could not be anyone else. She had fought with Enel before, personally experiencing Enel's invincible abilities, and now seeing Enel unleash the power of lightning. Far surpassing the initial Skypiea encounter, she was even more shocked. Logia System Thunder Fruit Real ability can be called invincible ability. It's not just talking. Lightning is the greatest, most terrifying, and most destructive energy in nature. And Enel has extremely profound observation haki. The current Enel is already not the original Enel that can be compared to exist. Robin's heart was in turmoil. Her delicate face showed a trace of worry for the future. This world is already in chaos. Now that Enel has descended. With Enel's ambition, I'm afraid it will stir up countless storms in the entire Grand Line. Robin's worries were justified. Even Long himself nodded, expressing his concern. This world is full of chaos. Especially after the release of the prisoners possessed by the mad General Magellan of Impel Down, this world became even more cruel. Taking the first half of the Grand Line as the beginning, every island in the world was caught in all kinds of war. Whitebeard defeated the Thunder Fruit ability user. Ivankov, a huge plate like a small mountain of pancakes on the face. Also appeared a look of panic. The Thunder Fruit Real ability user appeared, simply surprised. Legend. In history also appeared Thunder Fruit Real ability user, once in this piece of sea. Lifted up countless storms' existence. That Thunder Fruit Real ability user, debut immediately top, about 2 years on the sea appeared time, then invincible with the entire world. Of course, at that time, the Great Maritime Era also did not open. The strong people on the sea may not have discovered in such a complex, not so many. There are ancient books that record that a Thunder Fruit ability user once appeared on the ocean, sweeping the entire vast ocean by himself. From then on, it was called the Champion of Ability. And Robin also read this ancient book, only then did he know that the Thunderclap Fruit's power was truly terrifying. This battle, I'm afraid it won't be that simple. Long opened his mouth to speak at this time. He saw far away everyone sitting. He thought of a further place. Long said in a deep voice, this time, for the world government, is also a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. World government. Many Revolutionary Army cadres were shocked by this. Robin's beautiful eyes flashed with light, and he frowned, saying, the world government won't want to interfere in this battle, right? According to the world government's consistent style, they should be willing to pay the smallest price to participate in this battle. Ivankov, as one of the highest-ranking cadres of the Revolutionary Army, knows more about the world's secret government. Can stand at the top of the world, control the world's supreme power world government representatives, 5 elders, also is not jealous of the height Thunder Fruit really evil fighting fruit shock. There was a supreme expert who fought with Whitebeard. This kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, how can the world government miss it? At the same time, on the red line, the land enslaved by humans is dyed red with blood. The world of nobles, known as the Holy Land of Mariagua City, An extremely expensive and supreme building in the palace. The 5 white-bearded and white-haired top echelons of the world government, the 5 elders, were also all staring at the live broadcast without blinking. They have the most accurate projection phone. It can be seen that ordinary people cannot see the details. Even if it is a high-definition projection phone insect, this kind of phone insect that can capture supersonic image details. It is extremely difficult to capture one on a deserted island in the New World. Each time one of these high-definition projection phone insects is captured, a large amount of human and material resources is needed. Even many Marines have to sacrifice their lives just to be able to capture one. Moreover, after capture, it is even more necessary to take care of and nurture it. This kind of projection phone case is extremely luxurious and precious, only worthy of power and status on the 5 elders. Supersonic image showing Whitebeard and Enel in the midst of a violent battle. In the sky, countless lightning-like firefoxes raged. Enel transformed into the thunder god. Countless dazzling lightning bolts jumped around his body. His entire body emitted terrifying lightning aura, millions of dollars of millions. And on the other side, Whitebeard was standing proudly without fear of anything, giving people a kind of calmness. Even if the world were to fall apart, his face would not change color. This was Whitebeard. Such a picture made Ngu Lao Tin unable to help but feel shocked inside. But while surprised, they were even more happy. Not wrong. The 5 elders group. Seeing the powerful Enel appear and fight with Whitebeard, all 5 of them ran over excitedly. Best to kill Whitebeard, eh? The 5 elders were surprised at the same time, but also extremely happy to see someone fighting with Whitebeard. Very good. Heaven is helping me. A 5 elders star said so happily. He was the lowest of the 5 elders star. His big bald head appeared a bit rough, but he was often imbued with power, that kind of invisible feeling of high position and authority, making people not dare to look down on him. The appearance of the Thunder Fruit ability user is undoubtedly to help us deal with Whitebeard. Enel's power made the 5 elders extremely happy and excited. In their eyes, Whitebeard this time should be difficult to deal with this Thunder Fruit ability user. Of course, even though he just said that he hoped Enel could kill Whitebeard. The 5 elders were not naive enough to think that this newly appeared Thunder Fruit ability user could really kill Whitebeard. In the rumors of Thunder Fruit real ability users, there are almost immortal existences. Such a person definitely has a 170% arrogance and self-righteousness. The 5 elders have been in power for who knows how many years, and can see Enel's weakness at a glance. According to the 5 elders, this strong man is the best free thug. Free to help the world government deal with Whitebeard. Even if he couldn't kill Whitebeard, the existence of such a powerful pirate was enough to give Whitebeard and the entire Whitebeard pirates a headache. Right now, this Thunder Fruit ability user is the enemy of Whitebeard. In the future, he will definitely have deep hatred and will absolutely not let Whitebeard and the Whitebeard pirates off easily. This point, we want to take full advantage. Take advantage of others. This is the world's top government power used to tricks. Really, the analysis of the 5 elders is quite appropriate. According to the 5 elders, even with Enel's abilities, there was no way to kill Whitebeard, and Whitebeard also had no way to easily defeat Enel. But Enel could casually kill the remaining pirates of the Whitebeard pirates. Just need both sides to form deep hatred and resentment. The Whitebeard pirates will definitely not fare well in the future. Logia-type Thunder Fruit ability user, extremely fast speed, can absolutely casually chase and kill other members of the Whitebeard pirates. We can at the right time add fuel to the fire so that the conflict between the two sides becomes more complete. For us, the best outcome would be a draw between Whitebeard and the Thunder Fruit ability user. Just like that, Whitebeard would be completely lifted up by Enel. But Enel was not dealing with Whitebeard at the time, so he would not have time to disturb the world government. Just like that, Enel was equivalent to a long-time thug who had been dealing with Whitebeard. As long as the hatred between them deepens, we can sit back and watch the tiger and reap the benefits. Finally, the other person holding the first great demon cutting the 5 elders star with both hands said with certainty. In their eyes, the Thunder Fruit ability user could not possibly be defeated by Whitebeard. Then send someone to wait secretly for an opportunity. If this battle is temporarily over and both sides cease fire, then let someone disguise themselves as the Whitebeard pirates, Biaf, and go to that Thunder Fruit ability user's ship to kill their comrades. If both sides in this battle are heavily injured, then we can add a large force to join in and take the opportunity to eliminate both of them. Regardless of the outcome, it is extremely beneficial to us. Good. Let's decide on that. The 5 elders once again secretly took action. This one time. For them, it is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They probably won't easily let this opportunity go. New World. Grand Line. Spread out the yellow sand and the chaotic rocks, the strangely desolate white island. Baltigo. Leader, should we also secretly send staff? A revolutionary army officer. As this proposal says, they know, according to the world government's petty calculations, they will definitely secretly send personnel to take action. Our most important thing now is not to go help Whitebeard. Long thought of something in his mind. It was always much more complicated than for ordinary people, he said in a deep voice. Right now, for us, it is also a once-in-a-thousand-years good opportunity. The world government's attention is all shifted to Whitebeard's side. We can now attack several kingdoms. In Long's opinion, they don't need to help Whitebeard at this time to solve the world government's secret forces. Say it again. Long may not feel that helping Whitebeard can gain many benefits. Before the cat-crocodile incident, Whitebeard owed the Revolutionary Army a favor. In comparison, for the Revolutionary Army, taking advantage of the opportunity when the world government's attention was distracted to overthrow all the kingdoms that had long been planned to overthrow was even more important. The leader is absolutely right. On one side of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo, the second in command, nodded and said, suddenly he said with full confidence, I'll go to the North Sea. The other 2 kingdoms, leave them to me. Then, prepare to make your move. Hopefully, Whitebeard can resolve this crisis once and for all. She 11:11. In the world filled with terrifying lightning, silver lightning was continuously jumping, like a brilliant and beautiful smoke, dazzling and dangerous. What a terrifying energy fluctuation. Below, countless people were constantly admiring. These people have no idea about the secret actions of the world government and the Revolutionary Army. What they care about is the fierce battle that will last 1,000 years before their eyes. Controlling heaven and earth thunder really makes people feel terrified and trembling. Sky. Entering the thunder zone, Enel's every move, silver lightning would jump up, a lively lightning, directed towards the destructive 2 years of nothingness power. Enel stood suspended in the air, as if controlling the heavens and earth thunder like a god, looking down from above, arrogant and indifferent. Domain. Expand. As Enel's voice fell. Halfway up in the sky, at some unknown time, a terrifying layer of dark thunderclouds suddenly appeared. Dense thunder clouds appeared in a flash, terrifying thunder sounds rolled over. Boom, boom, boom. Sky shaking. Even the people watching the battle from far below on the sea surface had their eardrums throbbing. Follow. Terrifying thunder from the sky above was led down. All fell into Enel's domain. At the same time, Enel's lightning domain continues to expand. Terrifying thunder fell from the sky, all gathered around Enel, forming a terrifying thunder area that kept expanding. Each bolt of lightning completely accepted Enel's guidance. At this moment Enel is completely called the Thunder God. Controlling the thunder and lightning force of heaven and earth, terrifying destructive force, completely overwhelming the heavens and earth and all things above. This is also being opened the main role Halo Luffy defeated later. Pain thought before is not. Strength greatly increased then Enel has almost supernatural terrifying ability. This is divine power. Enel seemed to be enjoying this feeling of controlling the lightning, that kind of floating joy. As Enel raised his hand, there were sounds of piercing explosions. Then the silver lightning jumped between Enel's hands. Let you feel it well, the power of the gods, how irreversible it is. Boom, boom, boom. Follow Enel, raise your hands. In Enel's four-sided thunder domain, suddenly there were rumbling sounds that shook the horizon, terrifying thunder, then swept towards Whitebeard. The lightning domain moved at an extremely fast speed, sweeping towards Whitebeard. This thunder domain passed through. Terrifyingly, even air no longer existed, like a vacuum. God force? Whitebeard raised his head and laughed loudly, his eyes like lightning, looking towards Enel, suddenly shouted, just a little thunder, already thinking of calling himself a god of power. Knock knock, ha ha ha. Enel, you are so arrogant, you really haven't changed a bit. God force, how can you follow a? Enel's elemental transformation then carried a terrifying giant lightning domain, charging straight forward, making a surprise attack towards Whitebeard. Boom, boom, boom. Thunder continuously buried. The heavens seemed to tremble. Then let me make you see the reality. Whitebeard's two fists suddenly swept across, terrifying vibrational power. Instantly being punched out by Whitebeard's two fists. Squeak, squeak. Horrible shattering sound. In a flash, such a loud explosion rang out. This one blink of an eye. Take Whitebeard's two fists as the center. The air was like glass shattering, suddenly, into pieces of air fragments, vibrating like a sudden shock. The air around Whitebeard was like broken glass. At this moment, Whitebeard's surroundings were filled with countless dense air fragments. It looked like it was splitting the sky into a sea of voids. This is shattered space oscillation. Around Whitebeard's body, a giant void sea domain instantly formed. This side of the field. The whole is like glass-like shards, no. Middle. Break. Shard. Fear of people. So terrible. Not only that, this space debris domain filled with Whitebeard is constantly expanding. Seeing such a scene, everyone couldn't help but gasp in a breath of cold air. No matter if it is Enel who guides the natural lightning force, constructs the lightning domain, or Whitebeard's two fists shattered the void, shaking the shattered space, forming a domain. All have passed 3.1 everyone aware. This. Even the four emperors of the New World have never had such a terrifying level of power. So terrible. Field. Oh my god. Countless pirates, countless people, were shocked. Became admiring, became agitated, became gasping for breath. All of this sounds like a long story, but it actually happened in an extremely short period of time. Don't say it's just lightning power. Whitebeard was majestic, shaking the horizon. Even if a real god was here, with my two punches, I would still completely shatter you. Divine power. Cannot be underestimated. Enel's body transformed into lightning, carrying a domain of thunder, sweeping across the horizon, carrying a violent storm, madly attacking. Piece by piece space was destroyed by lightning. Horrible boiling. At this moment, the whole world was in an uproar. The dazzling silver lightning, accompanied by the terrifying rumbling sound of Minglei, charged towards Whitebeard together with Enel. Pink pink. The two space domains collided in an instant. The thunder and lightning that destroyed everything, like a terrifying silver dragon, wreaked havoc in space, tearing space apart, tearing everything apart. Maybe these people with the silver dragon of destruction's power, the moment they just came into contact with Whitebeard's space, shattered domain, they all shook at the same time. Follow. A terrible scene happened. Only saw each one released from Enel's thunder domain, carrying 18 destructive lightning silver dragons, piercing through space. Charging into Whitebeard's shattered domain in the blink of an eye, all were shattered into pieces of lightning by space fragments. Can enter Whitebeard in the field. But in the next instant, everything shattered. The power of space debris far surpasses the destructive power of lightning. Can shatter all objects entering the domain. No matter your material weapon. Still can measure. Everything will also be entering the realm of the blink of an eye, being shaken by the extremely violent shockwaves. It is Whitebeard's strongest trick. Paramecia's system shocks the awakening power. No. Between. Break. Pool. Territory. Area. No way. God's power is invincible. Enel screamed. Boom, boom, boom. This one time. Enel did not use the silver dragon's lightning to attack Whitebeard, but instead directly used the thunder domain to attack Whitebeard's space shatter domain. Boom, boom, boom. In a flash. Terrible explosion, resounding heaven and earth-shattering, extremely terrifying. Filled with silver lightning and space debris, it exploded in an instant. Thump thump. Big explosions kept ringing. Earth-shattering. Skypea, even the void was shattered because of that. Countless lightning and space debris swirled up, like a storm, swirling the sky up. No, no, no. Enel's heart almost collapsed. He is completely unbelievable. His own divine power, but could not break through the realm of the person before him. This is fake. This is a lie. I am a god. My godly powers are invincible. Enel went crazy. Lightning flashed inside him. His eyes shot out light, staring at Whitebeard. I want to defeat you. Knock knock, ha ha ha. Want to defeat me? Then come. Whitebeard laughed heartily. He stood firmly at the front of the unbreakable realm, surrounded by spatial domains, countless spatial fragments dancing. And Enel's thunder from one direction madly attacked Whitebeard. Thump thump. Even the deck of the world's most sturdy divine tree, Adam, was blown to pieces by this form of lightning energy, countless pieces flying out and shooting out in all directions. God is incapable of defeat. Enel still used the lightning domain to madly collide with Whitebeard's spatial domain. Exactly. He touched more. The more I see it, the more scared I am. The more you see, the more you can't imagine. The more I see panic. The more you see the numb scalp. This is fake. This is not real. Enel was full of disbelief. He actually entered Whitebeard's domain. I'm bored of playing. Then, let me break it. Whitebeard used the vibration ability to continuously shake the shattered space to maintain this side of the domain, blocking the endless lightning outside. Just finished speaking. Whitebeard's two fists suddenly struck out again. Direct bombardment towards Enel. Squeak squeak. Inside the space debris, Whitebeard's two fists punched out two terrifying black holes, charging straight into the domain outside Enel. Boom. Almost there. Enel almost did not react at all, and was immediately pierced through by Whitebeard's two fists that were filled with powerful hockey, piercing through his body, instantly piercing Enel's lightning body. Or not. Enel spat out fresh blood. He was seriously injured. Armed with hockey in front, Logia-type Devil's real ability, there is no place to hide. Especially Whitebeard is so powerful. The great champion of armament hockey. Furthermore, Whitebeard's divine demon body had an explosively powerful force. His two fists exploded in an instant, sending Enel flying. Kenkep? Enel heard the sound of his body being shattered by terrifying energy. Whitebeard took action in a flash. Not only did he fuse his hockey with his divine and demonic body, but he also unleashed a shockwave of energy. Boom. Enel's body continuously spurted blood. In the air exploded a brilliant and beautiful blood-colored trail, flying out horizontally. For what? A complete failure for him. Why can't my heart predict his movements? Enel's body was almost crushed. His heart was almost collapsing. In his head there were 100,000 whys. He completely could not believe. He had completely failed in reality. The shockwave ability, coupled with the terrifying power of the divine demon body, along with the powerful invincible hockey armament enhancement, Whitebeard's punch instantly shattered the void, almost destroying Enel on the spot. At this moment, Enel's body was almost crushed by the beating. His heart had 100,000 reasons. He could not understand why he would be defeated by Whitebeard. Not only Enel himself was terrified. The pirate group that saw such a scene, the people that saw such a scene through the camera phone and projection phone, all of them simultaneously sucked in a cold breath. The whole world is in an uproar. Vibrate. Vibration to the extreme _level. No one had ever thought that the so-called invincible Thunder Fruit ability user would be instantly defeated by Whitebeard. That Whitebeard crushed all two punches. It can be said to be terrifying. Two punches, smash all. Even if Enel could lead the strange scene between heaven and earth and control the most invincible natural lightning force, he was still not Whitebeard's match. Too unimaginable. On Sabaody Archipelago, countless pirates became afraid. Especially those who had been preparing to challenge the new star pirate Whitebeard, now saw with their own eyes Whitebeard's powerful abilities. Strong to let them lose the challenge letter heart. Whitebeard is powerful, beyond everyone's imagination. This moment, the world is boiling. The whole world is also excited about that. Grand Line first half, Karigana Island. At this moment, Mihawk, Zaro, and Perona, through a phone projection, were watching Whitebeard fight. Seeing that terrifying Whitebeard's two fists explode so powerfully, instantly shattering Enel's image. Even the eagle-eyed Mihawk, who had been silently and calmly taking in the name of eagle-eyed man, couldn't help but gasp in a breath of cold air. World's #1 swordsman. World's #1 iron fist. World's #1 strongman. Whitebeard has too many world #1 titles. What makes people absolutely unable to figure out is that such a saying comes from the world's #1 swordsman, the eagle-eyed Mihawk. The world's #1 swordsmanship. At that golden city, a swordsmanship duel at its peak. Whitebeard defeated Mihawk with just swordsmanship. From then on, the eagle-eyed Mihawk often paid attention to Whitebeard's various major events. When he saw the Thunderclap fruit ability user appear afterwards, even the Eagle Eye couldn't help but become surprised. And Zoro even told about the matter of meeting Enel and Skypiea before. At first Zoro, Sanji, Robin, and the others joined forces. But in the end Enel raised his hand and completely killed them. You can see how terrifying Enel's power is. Fortunately, Zoro's body was too strong. He finally managed to resist the lightning. And finally relied on this move of 3,000 worlds to take care of a priest. When Zoro saw Enel again, he was even more terrified. His heart was really strong. And he was completely stimulated. Maybe Zoro saw with his own eyes Enel and Whitebeard finally using their domain of power, allowing Zoro to completely understand. Current stage. He absolutely cannot defeat this kind of level of existence. Even if the Straw Hat Pirates' Captain Luffy were to unleash his full power, he would still not be able to reach this level. How terrifying. Enel? That guy was able to let lightning create a piece of space that belonged entirely to lightning. And Whitebeard, who was so powerful that it exceeded the normal, actually shattered a region of space into countless pieces. Lightning couldn't even enter. Perona stuck out her tongue, shocked as she spoke, her princess dress slightly wrinkled. But she didn't notice. If it were normal, she would definitely fix it up properly. But right now, she was shocked by the image of Whitebeard's battle and forgot about these things. Fresh Flower Bridge. In space, an independent area that repels foreign objects is created, belonging to the ability user's own space. Mihawk's pair of sharp eagle-like eyes suddenly exploded and shot out a circle of light. At this moment, he was like a new swordsman who suddenly comprehended a supernatural sword technique. His entire body was shaking non-stop. Mihawk wants to discover new continents. This is wanting to always try to be better. A supernatural expert like Mihawk. If he can increase his level by just a little bit, it would be something that he could not ask for. Maybe just watching the scene of Whitebeard and Enel fighting. Let Mihawk's eagle eyes vaguely catch some kind of rule that he must break through the maximum limit of his ability, always trying to be better. Thinkable. How shocking and terrifying was the battle between Whitebeard and Enel. Can make the whole world become fearful of the great battle. This is probably the Logia and Paramecia type devils' true awakening abilities. Perona did not dare to disturb the eagle-eyed Mihawk, but spoke to Zoro in a low voice. She suddenly stuck out her tongue. And the look of fear on her face turned lively. Zoro, you idiot, when will you be able to defeat a strong person like Whitebeard? You are the idiot. Zoro turned around and left. As if he was stimulated, he wanted to go practice swordplay. Ignore me, it's too boring. Why don't we go find Whitebeard? It'll definitely be interesting. Perona was like seeing a doll. Her face full of smiles. Hee. Whitebeard shows his invincible strength, shatters the void, attacks with force, and frightens the entire world. Grand Line first half. Calm Belt. In the vast blue sea, a kingdom built entirely of pirate ships resembling a huge island, stopped at the calm belt. These huge pirate ships, neatly docked together, formed a giant object like an island. This is the underworld's Germa 6 kingdoms that has a myriad of relations, called War Expert, War Defense, Evil Army. Is a powerful military organization of the North Sea, a scientific combat force, led by the Vince, Forlonely clan, also the representative of the Germa kingdom. The current leader is Sanji Vinsmoke's biological father. Judge. Germa belongs to an illegal overseas research team and has researched and manufactured weapons together with Vegapunk. And at that time, Vegapunk achieved a career, which was to discover the bloodline element, creature. This was a step closer to reaching the god domain level. It is also the discovery of life design, which can make life from nothing to something. What a terrible science and technology trick. The world government considered this dangerous, captured Vegapunk, and then said it was to acquire Vegapunk's scientific research team. But the father escaped from the government's hands, and a person in this place, Germa, conducted research. Researching and modifying life, reproduction, and then gave birth to this underground research project. In the Germa Kingdom laboratory, soldiers can be continuously recreated. To restore a 20-year-old adult soldier, it only takes 5 years. 5 years. The enemy passed the remaining country for 20 years. Terrifying scientific methods can make Germa Kingdom have an extremely huge yet fearless military force. Exactly. It is such a terrorist organization. Today is falling into extremely eerie silence. Incorrect. Not quiet. But it was so quiet that no one dared to make a sound. Not wrong. They were like that watching Whitebeard's battle broadcast live. Likewise, Whitebeard's powerful strength shook him. Each one was shocked, eyes wide open. Like being poured a bucket of ice-cold water on my head, cold from head to toe, only my head. Instantly made the entire Germa kingdom sober up. This is what we're going to have to deal with, Whitebeard. We, the world government's promise, is the result worth taking action for. At this moment, the highest officials of the Germa kingdom could not help but question. Even the current king, Vinsmoke. Judge, at this moment was also shocked, his eyes and mouth wide open. He completely could not believe that Whitebeard could actually shake this shattered space, forming a so-called domain. Together with Vegapunk, we have researched the divine domain. The life-forming paper is a branch of the divine realm. It was precisely because he had once almost stepped into the divine realm that Vinsmoke Judge understood even more clearly how terrifying it was to want to enter a realm that was like a mythical aria. LM like Whitebeard's. The danger is too great. Soon to face off against Whitebeard, Vinsmoke Judge couldn't help but feel a huge invisible pressure, making him unable to breathe. Dealing with the dangerous Whitebeard can be said to be like ascending to heaven. Maybe the world government has set out conditions. We, the Germa Kingdom, simply cannot refuse. Original. Germa Kingdom's action not only has underground world connections, but also involves the world government. Germa Kingdom is the world government-recognized Federation Kingdom. Can participate in the World Kingdom Conference. This one-time aimed at Whitebeard action also has the world government shadow behind the scenes. The world government promised the Germa Kingdom huge benefits, so big that they basically couldn't refuse. Damn it. If Dr. Vegapunk hadn't been captured, the world government wouldn't have been able to obtain such a treasure. Vinsmoke Judge recalled many years ago when he and Vegapunk studied imaging technology together, and couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. Just thinking about that doctor who was 500 years ahead of the world in wisdom, Vinsmoke Judge felt a wave of fear. Dr. Vegapunk. Could he not be a good person? Damn it. The entire Germa kingdom fell into a deadly silence. They suddenly felt that this calm belt had become extremely cold. Let them have a kind of like falling 2.5 ice cave cold feeling. Whitebeard. All of this is because of a name. Simply because of a name, a person, Edward Newgate, Whitebeard. Immediately made the entire Germa kingdom become as if dead silent. This time, going to war with Whitebeard and the Whitebeard pirates, is it worth it or not? Do we still have a chance of winning? We also have no way back, eh? Whitebeard's 2 punches shattered the sky, and his iron fist shattered Enel, causing the whole world to become in an uproar. The whole world was in great shock. Especially those prisoners who originally escaped from Impel Down. Some of them planned to go to the island under the Whitebeard pirates' flag to cause trouble. Wanting to provoke Whitebeard's authority, until now, each of them were scared until their faces turned green. Before the execution of the pirate crew, Whitebeard powerfully stepped in and destroyed them. This Logia-type ability user, who can be called the invincible Thunder Fruit ability user, was broken by Whitebeard's 2 punches. This era is called the Whitebeard era. Until this moment, countless pirates were shocked beyond compare. Many pirates who came out of Impel Down and caused chaos on the major islands now had to reconsider whether their actions had offended Whitebeard. Just in case. Their actions made Whitebeard feel irritated, afraid that they will not be good 18 through A. This moment, the originally chaotic world suddenly became quiet and peaceful. Those bold and reckless ruffians could not help but panic, afraid that their every move would unintentionally offend Whitebeard and bring disaster upon themselves. Half above. The harmony of all things is still flying in the same place. In fact, Whitebeard's seemingly simple double fist attack contained a lot of things. From the very beginning, Whitebeard used his powerful shockwave ability to shatter everything, creating a spatial fragmentation domain, blocking everything from entering. No matter what material it is, it still has mass. But if it needs to borrow space to transmit, it cannot enter the domain. Lightning cannot enter the domain. Observation Haki is a type of wave that is unique to the human body itself, and it is unable to enter the domain. Enel's natural observation Haki also cannot develop any effect. There is no way to predict Whitebeard's movements. But Whitebeard's 2 fists contain several kinds of power. The divine and demonic body's power exploded like the force of the wilderness. the armament hockey was once again strengthened. The vibration of the shockwave created an irresistible shockwave. The observation hockey forced Enel to dodge, preventing Enel from dodging quickly. This is the real powerhouse. Bring all the complex forces into simplicity. Simply punch out. It's actually possible to hit a Logia-type double ability user. Even if Enel, this kind of lightning incarnation person, after the elemental change, still cannot dodge in time. Consider Enel's speed as fast as lightning. Still no way to escape Whitebeard's fist in the blink of an eye. Because, from the very beginning of the space domain, Whitebeard had already controlled everything. Giant of all things. Harmony on the spaceship. King of Hell Rayleigh was shocked beyond words. He never thought that someone could shatter space. Rayleigh's throat moved, his voice somewhat incredulous as he said, "This is the domain? Take power to the extreme. Can break through," God said. Space breakthrough. Create a star field? Rayleigh took a deep breath. He never thought that one day he would witness such a battle scene. Even though he was an old skeleton, one couldn't help but feel his blood boil. "Father, you are indeed the strongest." At this time, the team leader appeared on the deck. Each tangled-up look revealed joy. At first, Enel appeared. The captain of the group asked to go to battle, but was stopped by Whitebeard. First, Enel's powerful ability, looking through the original text of Whitebeard, is very clear. Even though the original plot entered the Four Emperors part, Enel was still the strongest one Luffy encountered in front of everyone. The so-called real ability was suppressed, and it was only activated on the spaceship after being sent flying by Luffy. Luffy is just lucky. Thunder Fruit is the so-called Logia-type Devil Fruit, the strongest and most invincible Great Devil Fruit ability. Team Leader Session, also not 100% sure can win. Second, in his previous life, Whitebeard himself was a fighting maniac. He was a soldier of his birth. If someone came to provoke him to fight, he naturally wouldn't let it go. During that period of undercover life, needless to say, he was very frustrated. So, after he transmigrated and became Whitebeard, he no longer had any hidden presence. Modest? No kidding. That is the weak making excuses. Whitebeard's reincarnation was destined to never be able to do anything modestly, and he must stir up a bloody battle on this vast ocean. Clack clack ha ha ha, you guys are so stupid. Stop flattering. Get ready for the next battle. Whitebeard's hand flapped suddenly, scaring the group of captains so much that their necks quickly shrank back. "Dad, you can travel at a high speed. Don't accidentally blow us away." "Ha ha ha ha. Father, we may not be able to withstand your strength." "A bunch of stinky brats, are you itching to get out?" Marco asked, "Father, that Thunder Fruit ability user, should we go and kill him?" Whitebeard waved his hand. "Even if he is seriously injured, he can still use lightning speed to escape. We may not be able to catch up to him when he gets to his spaceship. Let's not worry about it for now. Now, it's not time to kill Enel." If Enel wanted to escape alone, he really wouldn't be able to catch up to him. Even if there was a Emo Fruit ability user helping Ivor survive, it would be impossible to surpass Enel in terms of speed. Of course, if Enel didn't have eyes, he would say. Whitebeard soon had a party and killed him. This Enel person can only appear at noon. Whitebeard smiled, thinking about the short program in his previous life. For what? People did not know why, each curiously asked. Because he died early in the evening. Knock knock ha ha ha. The Whitebeard pirates in the extremely warm interior once again started the spaceship, flying towards the calm belt. There is still battle waiting for them. After Whitebeard left, Enel, who was already heavily injured and had almost no physical strength left, flew backwards, struggling, once again transformed his elements, and flew towards his own spaceship. "Captain, you must be the fattest. How did you fail?" A group of small machines instantly rushed over, surrounding Enel, each looking at Enel in a miserable manner, their eyes flashing with tears. "This is a bunch of emotional little helmet robots." Humph. Enel was in so much pain that he hummed. Looking at this group of people in front of him, he really had no choice, remember. This god is not fat at all. I want to heal. You guys, you better stay away from me. Be careful, I electrocute you all to death. A bunch of little brats. Definitely want to see me laugh. Enel's temperament really changed a lot since Skypiea. A large part of the reason is because of the small robots in front of them. However, there was one thing Enel was certain of. And that had never changed, and that was to conquer the infinite land. Now he has conquered the moon. Going to the Grand Line. Like that, Enel must definitely open the journey to the Grand Line. Exhausted, heal your wounds. I'm afraid we won't give you this chance. Just then. Suddenly a group of people wearing white robes appeared on the deck of Enel's spaceship. Also do not know this group of people, what means to profit, to enter the sky spaceship. This group of people were wearing white robes that covered their entire bodies, even their faces were covered with masks, standing opposite Enel. Each of them exuded the aura of a powerful person. A group of powerful characters. Land the spaceship, we're starting our journey from the island. Enel didn't even glance at the group of people appearing before his eyes, and directly ordered the small mechanical man wearing an iron helmet beside him. Right. A small group of machine people quickly bowed and nodded. That's right, Captain. Where are they? As the small locomotive person bowed at the same time, he couldn't help but look nervously at the other end of the deck, where several white-robed strange men appeared. A small group of machine people could not help but nervously pick up their weapons. Their captain Enel was seriously injured at this time. They all knew this. Now they didn't know what tricks they used to get on the deck of the ship, obviously with no good intentions. Are you ready to fight? The little robots regarded Enel as the benefactor who avenged Dr. Moon, so they were grateful for Enel's kindness and extremely respectful. A group of people in white robes saw that Enel didn't care about them at all, and couldn't help but secretly decide to give Enel a good look. Thunder Fruit Real Ability User. We admit that the strength you displayed before is very powerful. Being able to fight with Whitebeard is already considered a strong person. Just that. Your body is now seriously injured. With your current ability, I'm afraid you're not our opponent. If you don't cooperate, we can kill you at any time. Show us some respect. This group of uninvited guests spoke to Enel impolitely. The atmosphere at the scene was filled with the smell of gunpowder. Captain, Bobby ABA. A group of small machines all raised their weapons in their hands, aiming right at the group of uninvited guests across from them. Them? Enel then looked indifferently at the group of uninvited guests and said nonchalantly, "They're just a bunch of weak and lowly people." Slowly. Lightning jumped at Enel's fingertips. Good star, silver lightning lake, extremely dazzling, making people not dare to look straight. Even if I am injured, it's not like you rats can resist. As Enel's voice fell, a terrifying divine punishment swept out from Enel's hand. God of Punishment can not only reach the sky, but also attack along the way, and can also attack by surprise. No way. A group of uninvited guests in white robes instantly made their scalps numb and their backs cold. Maybe. The lightning of the God of Punishment was so fast that it was hard to believe. They didn't dodge it at all. Boom, boom, boom. The God of Justice strikes out equally. Terrifying pillar-like lightning, blooming with extremely dazzling light, carrying extremely terrifying power, struck towards a group of white-robed people. With just one move. A group of uninvited guests in white robes were all sent flying by the divine punishment, falling out of the flying ship. Each of them was seriously injured. Blood splattered everywhere. And they fell from above. Obviously, for this group of people who provoked rats, Enel killed the killer. Oh my god. Those people who were sent flying by the Thunder Fruit ability users are the world's government CP organization. At this moment, below on the island, many people in white robes fell down, and they cried out in alarm. The world government is secretly arranging schemes again. Saw the white dress of the person spitting blood fall down. At this moment, I don't know how many people became terrified. While the world government was secretly plotting to terrorize the world, more than 10 people admired Enel's strength. Even in a seriously injured state, he's still so powerful. What a terrifying Logia ability. As expected of a truly invincible ability user. Countless people were exclaiming in surprise. Dong dong dong. Those white-robed CP officials were black smoke rising, a streak of lightning flashed, and sparkling cattle fell down. With a rumbling sound, They smashed a certain stone mountain island. They are all dead. This group of people didn't know if they were unlucky or completely unlucky CP structure powerhouses, but because of the time they fell, they hit a rock mountain and died completely. After being bombarded by Enel's divine punishment, the bodies of these guys were in a state of being possessed by demons. Falling from such a high place, they fell on the stone mountain. And it was not strange that they died. The world was shocked. CP structure strong man, yet, just like that died. Incredible. At this moment, Enel's spaceship descended from the sky. This giant thing that caught the attention of the whole world fell straight down and landed on the sea surface. Become a mind-blowing pirate ship. This world. I'm afraid that only Whitebeard can be on par with him, right? Everyone was amazed. Because stopping at half-empty requires consuming electricity. And Enel had already used up almost all of his own energy in the battle with Whitebeard, so naturally it was impossible for the spaceship to stop at half-empty again and consume electricity. So, just landed now. Thunder Fruit ability user. He is seriously injured and is a threat. At this time, the pirates who dared to cause trouble seemed to be moved. Move. That's right. He went through the Great War with Whitebeard. Then he used up his energy and killed the World Government Spy Agency CP members. He could no longer have the ability to fight. Otherwise, his spaceship would not have been able to land. It must have been for the sake of a smooth recovery. This is a good opportunity for us. Seeing Enel under the cargo ship, several powerful pirates were restless. They thought that Enel had lost the ability to fight again. We first speak is to offend Whitebeard. Under Whitebeard's flag, the island rebelled. We have become Whitebeard's enemies. Once Whitebeard has his hands free, he will definitely attack us. At that time, we can bring disaster upon ourselves. It turns out that these pirates are also death row inmates from Impel Down. A bunch of extremely vicious people. Once they were Whitebeard in the New World. So they did evil in the first half of the Grand Line, and once burned, killed, and robbed under Whitebeard's flag. You must know. Whitebeard can absolutely forbid anyone from doing evil on his island. This is a prohibition order. Absolutely not allowed. This group of evil people, the prisoners, can be said to be bold and daring, provoking Whitebeard's reputation. How about we slaughter this Thunder Fruit ability user? Capture him and offer him to the world to conquer. With this request, the world government will protect us, so that the Whitebeard pirates won't dare to attack us. There is one like this suggestion. This is their initial plan. They saw the CP organization take action and knew that the world government must be interested in the Thunder Fruit ability users. That is, the world government failed again. If they successfully capture Enel and donate him to the world government, they will definitely be protected by the world government. Just like that. So what if I offend Whitebeard? Ha ha ha, what a perfect plan. These people are extremely vicious and cruel, so they decide to take drastic measures. Because they felt the fear coming from Whitebeard. Whitebeard's powerful abilities made them feel the danger of death. If they can have the protection of the world government, then they can be safe. They also don't need to worry about Whitebeard. In their eyes, even if they had provoked Whitebeard before, as long as they got the protection of the world government, what could Whitebeard do to them? Moreover, with our strength, we can't help but see that guy Hung Loi Kwa that is weaker than us. If so, then let's move. This group of people came from the 6th level of Impel Down, the evil dead prisoners. Grand Line first half. In front of an island, the deep blue sea water lapped against the shore, emitting a wave of sound, pleasant to the ears. Maybe at this moment. It's just that no one has the mood or interest to listen to the sound waves. Because the beach is not far away. A giant object, floating on the sea surface, stirred up countless waves. Its momentum was overwhelming. This giant thing came from Enel's spaceship. Enel had just entered the sea and immediately attracted the attention of countless pirates. This Logia Thunder Fruit ability user fought with Whitebeard in the sky. It was truly too shocking to hear 75-3, attracting the attention of the whole world. Countless people became excited. On the beach, countless people ran to watch. Suddenly, wow wow wow! A pirate ship, heading towards Enel pirate ship. East, a loud sound rang out. Two pirate ships collided. Numb. Seeing such a scene, many people gasped. Unexpectedly, at this time, there are still people who dare to look for trouble. That Thunder Fruit expert just happened to have killed a bunch of CP structure members. killing the chicken to scare the monkeys. There are still people with such courage. Oh my god. That's the West Hole pirate ship. Are they tired of living? No. The West Hole pirates were all butchered by those dead prisoners from Impel Down. Right now, the people sitting on that pirate ship must be those dead prisoners who butchered the West Hole pirates. I heard. Those people are terrifying figures from the 6th level of Impel Down. Noisy. Hearing that, just a moment. A piece of noise. Who the hell is that pirate ship that stopped in front of us pirates? You've damaged my pirate ship. Hurry up and come down and pay the ransom. Otherwise, the big guys will probably have to board the ship and kill you. This one intentionally hit Enel's pirate ship and was the first to strike, the evil one to file a complaint. This is deliberately pretending to be hit. Hearing these words, the sea on the shore once again fell into a commotion. Sure enough, they're a bunch of extremely vicious people to actually do such a bold thing. However, Enel on the boat did not transmit any sound. It seems that the tycoons don't give you beauty points. You don't know how powerful the tycoons are. This group of dead prisoners looked at each other, laughed out loud, and jumped onto the Enel pirate ship and advanced. Creak-clack. Welcoming them was a group of cute little helmeted robots, each holding a weapon, aiming straight at the pirates. Ha ha ha. You think, with a few guns, you can fight against us? Hee hee hee. Looks like your captain is about to die. Are you about to die? Eh ha ha ha. Little bastards, are you captains okay now? We're so scared. You guys have someone in your hands. We're so scared. A bunch of evil pirates, mocking each other at will. They commented. Enel didn't notice his body. He must have been seriously injured. Just like that. They became more determined in their inner thoughts. Take Enel to seek the world government's protection, then don't need to worry about Whitebeard. The pirates thought more and more excitedly. You guys better not provoke our captain. Our captain can be invincible. The weak little robot said a sentence. Ha ha ha, eh. You captains are invincible. You got beaten to death by Whitebeard? Hurry up and get your captains out here. You're blocking our pirate route and causing our pirate ship to be damaged. Let your captains come out and pay compensation. The evil ones were not afraid at all. They had already fully determined that Enel had no strength to fight again. Obviously you guys intentionally touched it. You guys, this is intentional deception. Little robot, face full of indignation and criticism zero. These pirates were about 5 meters tall. Their faces full of ferocity. Their faces were cruel and brutal. They didn't care at all about these little robots, each one randomly destroying. A bunch of rats. Dare to act dignified in front of this god. Just then, Enel walked out of the cabin. His body didn't seem to be in good health. He walked a bit sloppily and spoke casually. His injuries were very serious. Seeing the situation, the extremely vicious pirates laughed even more wildly. Very young. But you've grown up a bit strangely, little whiteface. You crashed into our pirate ship. How do you plan to compensate? Just finished speaking. You evil pirates, rush towards Enel and attack 2.3. Suddenly made things difficult for the pirates. Almost in the blink of an eye. Also came Enel's side. Just a moment later, he had to take Enel back, but at that moment, an accident happened. Boom, boom, boom. Suddenly, beside Enel, streaks of silver lightning instantly exploded. The silver lightning was like a silver snake. Its destructive power was terrifying. Several pirates who rushed towards them were instantly blown away by the lightning. Dong dong dong. Every single pirate flew out. Their heads were all broken. Only headless bodies remained and flew out. Lightning bloomed. These powerful and vicious pirates, one by one, their heads exploded and they died. Noisy. Seeing such a scene, everyone was in an uproar. The entire coast, each gasp of cold air sound continuously echoed. Fear. Everyone was completely terrified. Oh my god. What a terrible trick. So many powerful and evil pirates were instantly killed by a broken head. This is just a heavily injured Thunderfruit ability user. Then his ultimate state. How terrifying is it? Each scream of fear spread throughout the entire coast. By now, everyone is out in the open. Enel was seriously injured. 15 people behind him killed the CP structure expert. And in a blink of an eye, several great pirates' heads were broken. What a terrible trick this is. Right now, everyone is transparent. To defeat Enel in his ultimate state. How powerful is the ability required? The news spread. For the moment, the whole world was shocked. I didn't think Enel would be so powerful. Even though Enel was seriously injured and threatened, he was still powerful and invincible. But now, the whole world was terrified again. Whitebeard and Enel in their ultimate state fought and defeated them. Whitebeard's strength, how terrifying is it in the end? Whitebeard, too terrifying. He actually sent a Thunder Fruit ability user of this level flying. Everyone couldn't help but think back to the past. Whitebeard's 2 punches bombarded out, instantly sending Enel flying, causing him to cough up blood and fall to the sky. At this point, it was clear to everyone. Whitebeard's pair of iron fists, how terrifying are they? This has exceeded the scope of human ability, touched the divine realm. At this moment, countless people were terrified of Whitebeard's invincible demeanor and invincible ability. This world. Whitebeard is the most terrifying character. Countless people are internally afraid of thinking like that. Whitebeard. 3 words. Enough to threaten the entire Grand Line. Shock this vast ocean. Captain, how many people are on that boat? The little robot observed that just then, there was a group of friends below. She 1111. Enel's elemental transformation occurred again. His body was surrounded by a dazzling silver lightning lake. His entire person appeared extremely mysterious. Just saw a flash of electricity. Enel appeared on that pirate ship. Dong dong dong. The pirates were completely scared and knelt down. They saw their comrade's head instantly explode. They were so scared that their faces turned green. They were so scared that their backs went cold. They were so scared that their scalps went numb. They were so scared that their whole bodies were trembling. I beg you, spare us. A pirate began to beg for forgiveness. These prisoners from Impel Down will also beg for mercy one day. Just now, the annoying pirates who went to find Enel, some of them came from the 6th floor of Impel Down, some came from the 5th floor of Impel Down, and the rest of these ships all came from the 4th floor and below. These people, on normal days, are extremely cruel, doing whatever they want, burning, killing, robbing, and pillaging. But now, But was completely scared. Just an ant also wants to be dignified in front of this god. Enel didn't even look at it. He currently had no interest in toying with the weak. The lightning in Enel's palm flashed a dazzling silver light, terrifying lightning with destructive power. No, no, no. You evil pirates, you must quickly kowtow. They each had long since forgotten how they had behaved before they arrived. Leave us alone. I beg you. Yes, 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 we have a common enemy. We are all Whitebeard's enemies. Yes, yes, yes. Enemies and enemies are friends. As long as you spare us, we can still recommend you to the world government. These are all Whitebeard's enemies. As long as you spare us, we can go up and deal with Whitebeard. These pirates were begging for forgiveness when they suddenly thought of Whitebeard. They seemed to be grasping at the last life preserver. Frantically speaking. 673. Whitebeard. So that guy's name is Whitebeard. Enel raised his head and looked towards the horizon. Unfortunately, the harmony of all things had long since disappeared. Enel couldn't help but recall that scene of Whitebeard in his mysterious moon form. Suddenly, Enel lowered his head and looked at the several pirates kneeling below him. What are you guys? You can be his enemy? He is this god's opponent. You guys don't even have the qualifications to be his enemy. What is the world government? Only I can defeat him. You trash come to me. Not worthy to be called his enemy. From Lep. Silver light suddenly appeared. Lightning instantly bloomed from Enel's middle finger. Each silver snake instantly flew into the heads of several pirates. The pirates instantly felt their scalps go numb. When they heard Enel speak, they knew it was over. But they can't avoid it at all. Boom, boom, boom. These pirates, all in a blink of an eye, their heads exploded and they died. Seeing such a scene, the entire coast was in an uproar. Each gasp of cold air echoed out. Especially Enel's last few sentences related to Whitebeard made everyone even more frightened. It's really a fight between gods. What a terrifying method. Even though he was seriously injured, he was still so shocking. Just imagine, how terrifying was the battle between Whitebeard and him. This is an invincible trick. After this, what will this world become? The world is already in chaos. Now there are visitors from the sky. This world is about to fall into complete chaos. While paying close attention to the great event, there were also countless people who were distressed and lamenting. This is a great chaos. The home navy was lost. The world government ignored it. Impel Down was also opened by Magellan. Extremely brutal criminals started chaos all over the world. 870. I hope the Whitebeard pirates take strong action and destroy the execution pirates. Otherwise, this world will become even more uncontrollable and become even more chaotic. Countless people admired at the same time and also began to look forward to it. If Whitebeard could step forward, calm the chaos, and let this world return to its rightful place, how great would that be? This world is in complete chaos. Everywhere there is burning, killing, and looting, people live a vagrant life. Only Whitebeard's island could be peaceful and safe. As if there was no struggle for power, no one dared to cause trouble in Whitebeard's territory. Even those who escaped from Impel Down and were extremely vicious, after this earth-shattering battle, did not dare to have the slightest intention of being restless. Join the Whitebeard pirates under the island's flag, and you can have peace. More and more people run Whitebeard under the island flag. For the moment, Whitebeard under his flag, the island became more and more prosperous. Even each kingdom declared. Joined Whitebeard under his flag, became Whitebeard's jurisdiction, and was protected by Whitebeard. This makes the world government start to fear. If that is the case, then things will happen. In the future, the world government's position will be constantly eaten by the worms. Of course, these are all afterthoughts. After Enel instantly killed several pirates, he flew back to the airship and opened a healing path. If I hadn't started the spaceship to chase after you earlier, how could I have consumed so much energy? Humph. Enel was very dissatisfied with this defeat in the battle. He felt that the main reason he lost to Whitebeard was because he used up a huge spaceship and used up a lot of energy, which resulted in him having to rely entirely on the energy stored in the neck behind his back to fight when he was competing with Whitebeard. His own energy was almost completely depleted when he started the spaceship. Hateful A. Enel was extremely angry. He had just come down from the moon and was sent flying. I wonder if Enel knew that his defeat in the battle with Whitebeard had spread throughout the world. What would his inner feelings be like? Whitebeard. I will return one day sooner or later to reclaim today's humiliation. Enel returned to the cabin and continued to heal himself with the lightning. He was seen dancing with electricity all over his body, his clothes flashing, and his whole body was covered in electricity, looking mysterious and unpredictable. And there's that straw hat, Luffy. Damn that straw hat. Across, the news of the CP faction's organization being killed by Enel was transmitted to the Red Line and into the ears of the Five Elders. For the moment, the Five Elders became angry, almost gave birth to vaginal discharge. They originally thought that picking up a loophole would be a great advantage. Who knows? The wife's companion broke the soldier. From the beginning, they thought that no matter what the outcome of this battle between Whitebeard and Enel, in the end, their world government would benefit. Who knows? The end result turned into Whitebeard instantly sending Enel flying. This surprised the Five Elders and the others. In the end, we can only let the CP organization that just arrived on the battlefield mobilize all of them to capture Enel. The best way is to make Enel the world government's use and become the world government's chess piece. Who knew Enel was arrogant and proud? He didn't even consider the world government, the world's highest power, and their 5 elder stars as anything. Conveniently, he immediately ordered all the people sent by the 5 elders to be slaughtered. To put it bluntly, what is the world government? This made Ngu Lao Tin lose all face, extremely uncomfortable. Originally thought to sit on the mountain watching tigers fight, finally went out to sit and catch the fishermen to profit. The result was that the wife was a broken soldier. Are you angry or not? Of course, gas. Even though Ngu Lao Tin lived for who knows how many years, he had never experienced such anger. Can follow also have less anger transmitted. There is a federation of kingdoms, declaring to leave the world government under the flag, asking to join Whitebeard's flag, accepting Whitebeard's jurisdiction, declaring its territory to become Whitebeard's territory, willing to offer a large amount of wealth to the Whitebeard pirates, only asking to receive the Whitebeard pirates' protection. This news reached the ears of the 5 elders. And in just a moment, it made the 5 people so angry that their eyes blurred. Escape from the government world. Want to join Whitebeard under his banner. Hone is willing to offer a sacrifice far surpassing heavenly gold, just to seek Whitebeard's protection. Such world-shaking news not only reached the ears of the 5 elders, but also spread throughout the entire world in an instant, attracting the attention of countless people. Simultaneously, many of the world's original federal governments are also in a state of confusion. Pay attention to this one point. Same here, thinking of joining Whitebeard under his command. Just someone set a precedent. Someone has a head. More and more kingdoms will join Whitebeard under his command. So hateful. Hug the first big devil cut in Gulao Tin, extremely angry. He was always calm, with a cold structure, but did not think at this moment, the first angry face. The kingdom actively breaks free from the world government. Actively asked to join Whitebeard's command. What is this? This is a slap in the face. Fiercely beat the world government's face. Beat these world government's supreme power people's faces. I'm so angry. The bald head in Gulao Tin was furious. Even when they saw the Navy headquarters being trampled, they never felt such anger. The United Kingdom proactively announced its withdrawal from the world government leadership, asking to join Whitebeard's command. This has shaken the world government's foundation. Once this kind of thing spreads out, once this kind of thing goes viral, it will completely shake the world's top government power. The world government is dissolved. Injustice to destroy. The 5 elders could not sit still any longer. Damn Whitebeard. So that's how it is. He's playing a huge game of chess. A world-shaking game of chess. In a black suit and leather shoes. The 5 elders, angry to the point that the white goat beard was trembling. So that's how it is. It turns out that Whitebeard caused all kinds of big events because of today. This moment. The 5 elders could no longer stabilize, they could no longer sit peacefully behind the scenes, playing with power, playing with martial arts. This moment. They were all panicked. In their eyes, Whitebeard was holding a giant Pantheon flag. Only at this moment, did the 5 elders awaken Satori, and now they are making it public. It's too late now. Damn Whitebeard. At the beginning, I should have used the strongest means to kill Whitebeard. Then there wouldn't be chaos like now. The United Kingdom's escape completely gave the 5 elders a sense of danger, an unprecedented sense of danger, an incomparable sense of fear. This is a feeling I haven't felt in years. These 5 people, controlling the world's government at the pinnacle of power, have not felt such a crisis for many years. The unprecedented sense of danger made the 5 elders become wary. The 5 elders never thought that the huge amount of heavenly gold wealth they collected from the kingdom, the huge amount of taxes they paid, and the terrifying amount of offerings they received from the kingdom would have long since lost the hearts of the people and long since have caused the kingdom's hearts to grow cold. Especially the world of the nobles of the heavenly dragons, who are arrogant and domineering, using their status and position to oppress the kingdom. The world has had enough. Escape from the government world. Join Whitebeard under his command. They made the right choice. As the world's most powerful figures, the 5 elders will never see this point. What they want is absolute rule, not the so-called democracy. How is that different from the Revolutionary Army? The reason why the world government considers the Revolutionary Army Monkey D. Long the most dangerous figure in the world is because the Revolutionary Army can shake the foundation of their world government. Fresh Flower Bridge 0. Just maybe. Immediately let the dragon become the world government's #1 enemy. The Revolutionary Army risked their lives to rescue the disaster-stricken Central Kingdom, acting secretly. Allowing many independent kingdoms to decline, breaking free from the world's government rule, liberating the kingdom. Maybe under the eyes. Whitebeard was the one who did not move. But also let the kingdom take the initiative to loudly declare its withdrawal from the world government. What a world-shaking event this is. A federation of kingdoms. Proactively announced to leave the world government. This is because I can't join Whitebeard under any precondition. Just to join Whitebeard's flag. Just made such a world-shaking massive movement. This is absolutely not an existence that the Revolutionary Army can compare to. The level of danger far surpasses the Revolutionary Army. Whitebeard's level of danger is far superior to dragons. How can we destroy Whitebeard? With Whitebeard's ability, I'm afraid there aren't many people who can defeat Whitebeard, let alone kill him. We are in big trouble. At this moment, the 5 elders just woke up Satori. It was too late. This world, no one is invincible. This world, people only have one heart. Anyone can die. Anyone will die. He, Whitebeard, is no exception. One of the 5 elders said so firmly. Think of every way to kill Whitebeard. This moment, The five elders could no longer remain indifferent. They must have been scared crazy by Whitebeard. And all of this was brought about by just 3 words from Whitebeard, because Whitebeard himself basically didn't make any moves. Even so, he had already made it impossible for the world government to be at peace. From ancient times to the present, Whitebeard is the number one. The 5 elders were frightened at the same time. More people knew the news later. Almost not long after, in the whole world, a storm arose. Damn it! The whole world is talking about this. This is not good at all. Whitebeard. I never thought he would have such ambition. The 5 elders were extremely angry, furious, and scared. They was completely shocked. Whitebeard and his kind had never felt so scared before. Because in their opinion, they have ruled this world for hundreds of years, obviously cannot be disturbed by the obvious chaos of 5 to 5-3. Just absolutely unexpected, that is. Whitebeard once brought shock to the world, brought a world tsunami. Not only that, there is news coming. Whitebeard directly allowed that kingdom to join under his rule. Whitebeard pirates jumped to become the second empire that can challenge the world's government, the United Kingdom. With a leader and followers, there will be more and more kingdoms declaring their departure from the world government under their flag, seeking to join Whitebeard's command. East Sea, West Sea, North Sea, South Sea. Grand Line first half. New World. Each sea region all belong to the extremely shocking, because each sea region has a kingdom to the whole world. Officially declared to leave the world government, asked to join under Whitebeard. This moment. World shock. Southeast, Northwest, 4 seas, the first half of the Grand Line, the New World, is all boiling. The world government that has ruled this world for hundreds of years has received an unprecedented challenge. It's Whitebeard and the Whitebeard pirates. Within the world, each kingdom declared to leave the world's government leadership, but they did not declare independence, but openly to the whole world, asking to join Whitebeard's command. But Whitebeard seemed to not refuse anyone who came. As long as you are sincere in coming to the kingdom, all are allowed to join. In the blink of an eye, the whole world began to call the Whitebeard pirates the Whitebeard Empire. But this news only happened in an extremely short period of time. In such a short period of time, more than 20 kingdoms, 20 powerful kingdoms, 20 prosperous kingdoms, announced their withdrawal from the world government, seeking to join Whitebeard's command. Take over Whitebeard's control. Take over Whitebeard's command. The whole world was shocked because of this. The great world was in chaos, completely boiling. When this news spread, the 5 elders were completely indignant. They seemed to stomp their feet at him, their faces purple with anger. Get the news out. Any kingdom that attempts to escape from the world government will become an enemy country and be attacked by the world government. Boom. This news came from the world's highest level government. From the Red Line, from the holy land of Mariewa. In just a moment, the whole world was shocked. The 5 elders want to forcefully threaten those escaped world government kingdoms, want to use this to intimidate the remaining stirring kingdom. Just let people think of the situation that happened. Those who actively escaped from the world government kingdom not only did not fear the world government, but also actively made a clear statement. Should fight for Whitebeard, want to conquer the world government that committed crimes to the heavens. Crime beyond measure. This word once again pushes the world government to the edge of the cliff. The world government that protects the world's nobles, the heavenly dragons, are the world's most heinous criminals. The world government doesn't care about the rise and fall of the kingdoms and forcibly collects huge taxes. These are collectively called heavenly gold and wealth taxes and are all the sweat, blood, lives, and money of the great kingdoms. However, what exactly are the world government that protects the heavenly dragons doing with these unjust things? Slave of humanity. Waste. Consider life as trash. Killing countless lives. North Sea. Each kingdom spread news of indignant protests. Our kingdom was once captured by the world's nobles. Hundreds of young and beautiful girls, they all became slaves and prisoners of the celestial dragons, and finally died tragically in the holy land of Mariewa, without even a grave. Their bodies were dumped on the Red Line. Red Line soil is dyed red with human blood under the rule of the world government. West Sea similarly spread out each kingdom's voice, rebelling against the world government. No regrets. Each of the heavenly dragons has blood on their hands. They have killed countless innocent lives. Maybe the world government is so protective of them. The whole world began to conquer the world government. World government panic. The 5 elders were completely panicked. 2.9. Whitebeard did nothing, no action at all, already let their world government, let their 5 elders unable to resist. All measures are used. Must eliminate Whitebeard. A 5 elders star was furious. Bounty. Increase Whitebeard's bounty to maximum. 30 billion reward. Another 5 elders stamped their feet in anger. Their power was being threatened in an unprecedented way in history. This made them go crazy. No. 10 billion. 10 billion berries. Hang the Whitebeard bounty on your head. 10 billion reward. Crazy 10 billion berries reward. Unprecedented in history. Looking at the entire history of pirates for more than 2,000 years, there has never been a time when a bounty of 10 billion berries has appeared. Enough to prove that the world government of the 5 elders hates Whitebeard, fears Whitebeard, and fears Whitebeard. This news, once released, immediately caused the whole world to boil. Oh my god! 10 billion berries on the bounty for Edward. Newgate. Too exaggerated. In all of history, there has never been a bounty of 10 billion berries. Previously, the highest bounty on a criminal was probably from the leader of the Revolutionary Army, Long. And now, he has turned into Whitebeard with a bounty of 10 billion berries, killing a dragon many times over. 10 billion berries on the bounty. Is the world government crazy? New world, an island. A group of pirates, a staff with a reward order. 160. This is a very special reward order. From ancient times to the present, there has never been such a huge reward order. Far beyond the normal reward order, 5 times the size. Above the bounty order, Whitebeard held a domineering sword that was more than 10 meters long. His entire body was surrounded by purple overlord Haki, majestic and imposing, a tyrant with no boundaries. That scene of Whitebeard in his mysterious moon form seemed to be filled with a powerful and domineering aura. Royal spirit. Below the local photo is a dense network of small letters, filled with rows of small letters related to Whitebeard. It seems that even a simple reward poster cannot tell the whole story of Whitebeard. Reward order. Name, Edward. Newgate. Introduction. The original world's great pirate. Launched a heinous crime summit war, then died in battle, somehow, came back to life. When returning, killed Navy Headquarters General Borsellino, killed Navy Headquarters Grand Inspector Sengoku, killed Navy Headquarters General Fujitora Isho, killed Navy Headquarters Hero Lieutenant General Garp, killed Navy Headquarters Marshal Sakazuki, killed Navy Headquarters Supreme Commander Kong. Before and after destroying the independent kingdom of Grantazaro, Golden City, destroying the headquarters navy, and taking the headquarters navy as his own, his crimes were unimaginable. Edward. This Newgate man's strength is overwhelming, truly a shocking ability user, possessing terrifying physical strength, invincible overlords Haki, observation Haki, armament Haki. Ferocious and violent, extremely tyrannical, extremely ferocious. Alphabet. Clear. Chaos. Death. When everyone read the 3 words Whitebeard, they couldn't help but feel their spirits shaken. Whitebeard. Those 3 words, it seemed like he had a kind of intimidating force. Those with small strength, just seeing them, would feel their minds shake, unable to give birth to the slightest thought of rebelling against Whitebeard. It seemed like there was a kind of force that could dispel all those powerless pirates' thoughts, defeating their thoughts. Don't dare let the pirates go to the wild with high-price gold bounty. 10 billion berries bounty. The original can make the whole world crazy, right? Just get Whitebeard's head, can get 10 billion berries, BFBC, huge assets. Exactly. This moment. The whole world was in an uproar. But not many people dared to act. In fact, countless people didn't even dare to think about it. Don't joke. This is Whitebeard. Not someone else. Not the old man's grave. Not only the fighting power of the 5 scum, but, obviously, chaos, death. Just those 3 words can make countless people in the world become afraid. You must know. Those people who once had the illusion of opposing Whitebeard all no longer exist. The Golden Emperor is like that. Navy General like that. The 4th Emperor's aunt is the same. Consider it as the so-called King of 100 Beasts Kadu, Something like that. Kadu is even more relegated to being Whitebeard's subordinate, the invincible zombie king. It is Whitebeard's power. What a world-shaking trick this is. Who dares to tease? New World, Revolutionary Army Base. The sky is full of paracel islands, sweeping the island in the base. The officers' eyes widened in disbelief as they looked at the order to post the reward on the table. Edward Newgate orders a reward. 10 billion berries on the line. Unprecedented in history. Leader. 10 billion berries reward. You are several times better. The officers were terrified and could not stop talking. After learning that Whitebeard had ordered a reward, the entire Revolutionary Army was shocked. Their shock was incomparable, and they were completely unimaginable. At this time, the second in command of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo, had already left to go to an island to carry out a mission. Another special officer of the Revolutionary Army, King Okama Ivankov, was also absent. She returned to her cherry blossom kingdom to continue teaching Sanji. World government this is. At this moment, even the dragon who had always seen through everything and controlled the entire situation couldn't help but frown. He was somewhat unable to guess the current situation in the world. We must hurry, liberate more kingdoms, we can't wait any longer. Whitebeard. 10 billion berries on the line. Even a dragon can't help but feel terrified. Is the world government crazy? They're offering a reward of 10 billion berries. Gemini knows, originally reading the newspaper, carrying the old man, shaking and thinking to himself. He was the one who was on the majestic ship with Roger on the ocean before, Crocus Dash. 10 billion berries on the bounty. Even he never imagined his captain, Roger, didn't come here when Whitebeard offered the bounty. How many parts of it would be underscore? Open the great pirate era legendary pirate king. All have never been able to have such a huge bounty. For pirates, offering high or low rewards is a kind of honor. Not wrong. It is an honor. Maybe 10 billion berries bounty this world. No one has ever obtained the honor of being the supreme pirate. Crocus's old face was full of wrinkles, full of fear. The wrinkles on his forehead were densely packed from shock. 10 billion berries bounty. Whitebeard, oh Whitebeard. Now have you become so powerful? Can you make the world government fear you so much? This person had fought with Whitebeard's powerful ship before, and his current level of inner turmoil was not inferior to anyone in the entire world at all. Obviously already reaching old age, Whitebeard. Again back to the top. Not only has he set foot on the top, listen. Whitebeard has already set foot on the divine domain. Divine domain? What is that? Vibrate. These previous generation of experts, once majestic and legendary figures in this vast ocean, are now being shocked to the core by Whitebeard's order to put a bounty on them. This is truly an unimaginable event. There are really few things that can make them slightly terrified of this kind of legendary character that they have seen throughout the Grand Line. And they are really lacking in things that make people feel angry. It can be said that there is almost nothing in this world that can make them slightly terrified of this kind of character. If so, that was Whitebeard's order to post a reward. 10 billion berries on the line. New World, Whitebeard Pirates Base. The moment the Whitebeard pirates saw their father's order to post the reward, they all cheered, shaking the entire island. Dad has a bounty of 10 billion berries on him. Oh my god. This is really unbelievable. Little Ors Jr. said in shock. As a giant, he was trembling from being shocked. Too exaggerated. Dad is offering a reward of 10 billion berries. How scary. Called the Ice Demon Girl, it was also terrifying beyond words. That pair of beautiful eyes were filled with incomparable terror. The world's biggest reward. 10 billion berries on the line. This is the honorable father. This is the honor of all of us Whitebeard pirates. This moment, the entire Whitebeard pirate space is in a frenzy. For pirates, the higher the bounty, the higher the honor. Since Whitebeard's return, it has gradually swept the new world, gradually broken the world's theme, gradually become the focus of the whole world's attention. One by one, trample on one powerful enemy after another. Watch the world. Are not. Keep an eye on all the pirates of history. This is an unprecedented honor. Every single thing Whitebeard did could be called a major event. Every time it shocks the world, every time he makes a move, the whole world is slightly terrified. Fresh Flower Bridge 0. This time, without even taking action, the whole world was in an uproar. The whole world was shocked. The whole world became afraid. Not wrong. Whitebeard this time basically also did not have the slightest movement. It was the World Federation Kingdom that took the initiative to propose. Took the initiative to declare to leave the world government, willing to offer huge offerings, asking to join Whitebeard's command. From then on, one shot moved the whole body. What happened cannot be stopped. Brought to the whole world, one kingdom after another imitated. All pray to join Whitebeard's command. From there completely moved the World Government Foundation. Make the world government stagger and fall. World government concessions are in danger. This. Whitebeard didn't even move a finger even for a moment. Also done. The whole world, all pirates in history, no one has ever done this great event. World government domination. Make the world government feel infinite fear. The world government became panic-stricken. Whitebeard, just by using a name, Whitebeard 3 words. Let the world government make a bounty of 10 billion berries. This kind of world-shaking great decision. This is father. After being reborn, I must stir up earth-shattering waves. This moment. The entire Whitebeard pirates base was in a state of ebullient cheering. They were extremely proud and respectful of their father, Whitebeard. This great era, called Whitebeard Era A, belonged to the father era. Whitebeard offered a bounty of 10 billion berries. This news spread with unimaginable speed, rapidly spreading throughout the world. The whole world is a little scared. The world is bustling. Everyone was shocked. In the midst of all things, Whitebeard also received this news. Father, your bounty has been raised to 10 billion berries. Marco held that one, which was about the same size as a normal fifth-year university award, and felt that the award in his palm was especially heavy and heavy. This honest man, Diamond George, was also shocked and exclaimed, Dad, a reward of 10 billion berries. This is really heavenly. 6, 5, 7. For the moment, Diamond George was shocked and didn't know what to say to describe his feelings at this moment. Too shaking. 10 billion, 10 billion. Golden Lion Shiki stepped on his twin swords, standing to the side, his eyes blooming with an extremely vibrating golden light, staring at the bounty order. His heart was like a tossing and turning. This, from the beginning of the pirate era, to the great pirate era, and up until now on this vast ocean, how many pirates have longed for the extremely large bounty order? Even the legendary pirate character, Shiki the Golden Lion, couldn't help but be shocked to the extreme. Considered as the legendary pirate who has seen big winds and big waves, Shiki the Golden Lion, when he learned that Whitebeard had offered a bounty of up to 10 billion berries, cannot help but be scared. Even Shiki the Golden Lion was a little moved by the scene. He seemed to have returned to that year, the peak period, with Whitebeard on this vast ocean of the Grand Line, majestic and dominating the Grand Line. In this piece of sea, the battle is stormy. Since following you, I feel like I've returned to my peak period. Shiki the Golden Lion looked at Whitebeard, never before serious, even in his voice, mixed with every trace of excitement. Not wrong. It's a strong emotion. He followed Whitebeard, right in the middle of realizing his dream. Overthrow the world government domination. Dominate the world. This is not just the lifelong ambition of the Golden Lion Shiki. It is the Golden Lion's lifelong dream. Side by side with Whitebeard, step foot in the world of competition. Join the Whitebeard pirate crew, dominate the whole world, is to fulfill his dream. Present. The dream is very close. In his twilight years, Shiki the Golden Lion still has the chance to follow Whitebeard and fulfill his dreams together. This is originally something that can be done, but in reality it is very difficult to do. But it must be done. Coming soon. This makes Shiki the Golden Lion excited. 10 billion berries. Not only is it an honorable representative, it is also a representative. The world government is infinitely afraid of father. A female outfit, the majestic Sir Crocodile, opened his mouth and spoke. At this moment, she, wearing a leather jacket, had a figure that had both convex and concave features, a beautiful figure, especially the leather pants, which made her even more talented, and her skin also turned extremely white. At the time when she was still a member of the 7 warlords of the sea, no one would have thought that she was actually a woman. She kept screaming for revenge on Whitebeard, but was almost beaten to death by Whitebeard, and returned to her daughter's body. Sand Beauty. Crocodile. It is truly a thrilling transformation that makes people gasp. At this moment, Sir Crocodile was also equally terrified. 10 billion berries on the bounty. What a terrifying amount of money. This is absolutely a once-in-a-lifetime event. No one before, no one after. Looking at the terrified expressions of his sons and daughters beside him, Whitebeard smiled heartily as always. It's just a reward. 10 billion berries. It's not a lot. 10 billion berries on the bounty. Not a lot. Everyone heard Whitebeard's words and almost fainted one by one. This is the first time no one has offered a huge reward. Looking at the whole world, the whole history, all our peak existences, all our heights that no one can reach. Maybe, according to Whitebeard, it was just not much. This is too contemptuous of the award. It seems like this kind of reward that shocked the whole world, 10 billion, in Whitebeard's eyes, is not worth mentioning. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Moonlight. Moria took a deep breath. He had just heard the 10 billion berries bounty. He was so excited that he almost jumped up. The 10 billion berries bounty. Too thrilling, too unimaginable. But the result, father, would be so superficial to describe. Moria couldn't help but click his tongue. Father, you really look down on the world government's 10 billion berries bounty, eh? You should know, this bounty just came out. The whole world was shocked because of it, eh? To say I'm not scared is fake. In Whitebeard's subordinates, he is also at the level of the 7 warlords of the sea. The highest is the legendary pirate, once on par with Roger, a legendary character. Everyone felt terrified 5.3 times. Whitebeard himself was unusually superficial. Cannot make people become admiring? Cuckoo, ha ha ha, it's just a reward of 10 billion berries. Whitebeard left. He really didn't care about this point. First fight with Enel. I've exhausted a lot, I need to adjust. Don't bother me. Done talking. While everyone was admiring under his eyes, Whitebeard entered the ship's cabin. System. Sky. Infinitely vast and vast. Harmonious and leisurely flying. On the huge deck, the Whitebeard pirates were still in shock. Whitebeard's father had offered a reward of 10 billion berries. This news really shocked them, and they were unable to calm down for a long time. And that large independent cabin room belonged to Whitebeard. Whitebeard was now sitting upright on a large, noble chair. System, how much emotional value do I have left now? Before, Whitebeard collected nearly 4 million sentiment values. The first time is used to restore the peak of the body, healthy state, and strength state. The second time, 1 million sentimental values were used to obtain the divine demon body, raising the person to an invincible realm. The third time, 1 million emotions worth of value was used to seize the ability of the shock fruit. Of course, this 1 million emotions worth of 19 words was not just simply seizing the shock fruit, but also cooperating with Whitebeard's previous understanding of the shock fruit ability, directly and completely controlling the shock fruit ability. The fourth time, 1 million sentimental values. Whitebeard used to awaken the shocking ability. Originally, Whitebeard thought that he would gradually build a solid foundation and gradually awaken his true abilities. Such words. The good point is that the management ability is extremely small, it can even be said, for a kind of microscopic control ability. But the downside is that it takes a bit of time to develop the shockwave ability. Whitebeard himself was very confident that he could awaken the shockwave's ability. The Paramecia demon system truly has the ability to awaken. This is truly a unique thing. Whitebeard himself was looking forward to this day even more. However, until Whitebeard at Fisherman Island once again saved up to 1 million sentiment values later. System hint, can directly awaken the shock fruit ability. Furthermore, there will be no after effects of any kind of trouble. Time awakening also only needs a very short time. Final. Whitebeard asked everything related to the awakening fruit's ability shock work, then decided to awaken on the spaceship. That moment. Just then, Enel descended from the moon, causing a strange scene in heaven and earth, thundering like a thunderbolt. And Whitebeard, who was in harmony with all things, just happened to rush out from Fisherman Island. Whitebeard just happened to be in the time of awakening of the time shock ability. From the time he rushed out of the Fishman Island to the time when Enel chased after the harmony of all things 3 times during this period of time, Whitebeard was in a state of truly developing his abilities. So, the new Whitebeard pirates will not be the first to fight Enel. The first time being chased by Enel's spaceship. Marco and the others, taking the overall situation as the priority, did not affect the father's separate awakening fruit ability. Many squad leaders did not take action to fight Enel, but instead helped Ivor with more Emo fruit ability, accelerating the spaceship's flight speed. Who knows? This Enel, with the Thunder Fruits ability, accelerated the spaceship, forcing the weak to pursue all things harmoniously. Follow. Just got caught up once, accelerated again once, got chased once, accelerated again once. In the end, helping Ivor with 10 times the acceleration ability, almost exhausted his entire body and fainted, and abandoned Enel's spaceship. At that time, Enel's lightning energy storage was almost depleted, and he was still unable to catch up with the harmony of all things. Only then did Enel's elemental transformation lightning group of people chase after and kill the all-encompassing harmony. Also indirectly, Enel himself can use too much energy stored inside the ancient, and his own ability, is in the process of chasing, is consumed little by little. At the time when Enel used his divine power to bring harmony to all things, Whitebeard then completed the awakening of his power shock. Just out of the cabin, Whitebeard himself also wanted to try out the power of the vibration fruit after awakening. In the end, how terrifying it was, wanted to create a personal experiment. The result just happened to encounter Enel, who attacked him. This also made Whitebeard happy. A powerful experimental opponent is an excellent and rare opportunity. 050 later, Whitebeard raised his hand and shattered Enel's godly punishment lightning. Also at the same time, the Whitebeard pirates should not interfere. New then fight. This time, the world government issued a reward of 10 billion berries. It must be helping me. Whitebeard thought so and couldn't help but laugh. The world government is dealing with him. It can be said that it used all means, issuing an unprecedented in history a reward order of 10 billion berries. In a flash, the world was in turmoil. The world was shaken. This made Whitebeard gain a lot of emotional value. It really shouldn't be too refreshing. If the world government of the 5 elders knew about it, they took action, thinking to deal with Whitebeard's actions, but the result was instead Whitebeard helping them, I'm afraid, and with the 5 elders kind of old and cunning and calm as dogs, they would be so angry that their hearts and lungs would explode. Host, now can I? The host now has 1.5 million sentiment values. The system replied, causing Whitebeard to laugh. Of course. The 5 elders worked hard as always, instantly making themselves worth 1.5 million more. This is so good. If the 5 elders knew Whitebeard's thoughts at this moment, they would definitely scold them for their brainless behavior. 1.5 million sentimental value, quite a huge amount. Host, do you need to use it? The system asked. Whitebeard thought for a moment, shook his head and said, no need for now, keep it, it has even better uses. After confirming the mood value, Whitebeard began to adjust his aura. Before the great battle with Enel, it was the first time he used the vibration fruit's awakening power. Space of competence. At that time, Whitebeard still couldn't completely control nature, completely relying on Whitebeard's own observation hockey to forcefully control. Mr. A sound like a vibration-stirring sound, a wave sound transmitted out. Only saw Whitebeard 2 fists above. Each person appeared a void pool in the middle of the domain. There was only a small square meter-large space, appearing completely white in the space. Countless densely packed small space fragments. These fragments were all fragments that were shaken by the vibration of the shock force. Each fragment contained terrifying might. Like a space rift. Normal people go in. There is only one way to die. But Whitebeard himself was able to move freely within it as usual. Field space. This has touched the so-called divine realm of this world. Buzz buzz buzz. Terrifying energy fluctuations were transmitted from Whitebeard's 2 fists in the void seas domain. Even the air itself trembled, as if the entire space would shatter with the slightest movement of Whitebeard. Control the space of birth and death ability. Space can be shattered into pieces at any time. This side is after awakening the ability to shake. Whitebeard's right-hand man then shot the bow, moving up and down. Buzz buzz buzz. Terrifying shockwaves of energy spread out from the 2 small domains, but they still didn't shatter the space. Not without tremors. But Whitebeard is in control. Perfect control. The shocking force can be used at will. If you want to shatter an area, then shatter that area. However, I now Still use my observation haki. Whitebeard understood that once the observation haki was eliminated, there would be no way to control the field of ability so precisely. But it's irrelevant. Coordinating with observation haki at the same time is also beneficial for increasing observation haki. Whitebeard thought to himself. If it wasn't for his awakening fruit shaking his awakening ability, it would be to coordinate with his precise domain control ability, using his observation haki at the same time, also allowing himself to reach a bottleneck level of observation haki, always trying to get better. Achieved significantly increased. Noisy. 2 fists in the space domain. Following the movement of Whitebeard's 2 fists, moved extremely precisely to every location. Hoo-ho! Collect! Whitebeard withdrew his strength, completely withdrawing the shockwaves of the Jinji. In the blink of an eye, the 2 spatial domains within his fists, like a tidal wave, completely retreated back into Whitebeard's body. Shoot! Whitebeard quickly released. Once again used the domain. Shockwave force. Sure enough, it was released with extreme precision. Without any delay, 2 small domains were instantly formed. Terrifying fluctuations of shock force energy were shaking. Very good. This is exactly what Whitebeard wanted. Precise control, coarse and fine, with his own ability. Whitebeard absolutely will not allow any accidents to occur. Retract. The Whitebeard general retracted the area. Suddenly a thought crossed his mind. Armed haki. Mr. In a flash. The ink-black paint haki armament, in a flash like a tide, covered every part of Whitebeard's body, from top to bottom, with clothes, completely. At the moment the haki armament appeared, a terrifying aura instantly spread. Invincible haki weapon. Bring Whitebeard himself to a terrifying level, regardless of whether it's defensive power or offensive power. Under the enhancement of armament haki, it's greatly increased. Observation haki. Silently, in Whitebeard's mind, white dots representing life appeared one after another. And the entire airship was covered by Whitebeard's observation haki. This is another type of observation haki, Prija. Enel waited for Skypea people, called the MindNet haki observation. Observation haki can be divided into 2 types. Number 1, the way of seeing, being able to hear other people's hearts, what other people are thinking, hear other people's life white dots, is exactly that Enel Skypea type. The second type of hearing, this hearing is not that hearing, the meaning is predict. Can predict other people's movements in advance. Predict other people's attack trajectory, path, can even predict the future. But in front of Whitebeard, the second type of observation haki that was originally dug out from his body now. Both types have been dug out. Observation haki has indeed increased greatly. So, this is Overlord's haki? That one card that shocked the world, with a bounty of 10 billion. Whitebeard's figure was surrounded by terrifying dark purple haki. This photo was actually taken when Whitebeard and Blackbeard clashed. The number of times Whitebeard used Conqueror's haki was relatively limited. Even when he was trampling on the Marine headquarters, Whitebeard still did not use Conqueror's haki. Because Conqueror's haki consumption, abnormally amazing. If not controlled well, it will cause the user to faint briefly. Of course, at this time, when using it unconsciously or actively using the Overlord's haki, although it can be controlled within a certain range, the consumption will become more and more exaggerated. Before using the Overlord's haki to fight the enemy, later on it may be because of too much consumption, which will put it at a disadvantage. Conqueror's haki. Only this type of haki. Whitebeard is the most ignorant of power. Overlord haki, a person who possesses the royal spirit of all beings, can awaken his own Overlord haki at a certain opportunity. There is no way to increase through practice. Only through personal enlightenment, understanding of the Overlord's haki deeper, can one increase. Compared to armament haki and observation haki, it's more complicated. Mr. As Whitebeard released the Overlord's haki, in front of Whitebeard, suddenly appeared dark purple spirals of energy like long lines. Each one seemed to have a dark purple dragon dance haki energy that grew stronger, dancing beside Whitebeard. Even though I've now risen to this level, I still can't completely understand it. Whitebeard belongs to that type of person, born with super strong haki. But later in the fight, a little explanation for him. Profound haki Overlord-like analysis. A little bit of understanding enhancement, get a lot of increase. Currently Whitebeard has Conqueror's haki, so to speak, not inferior to red hair at all. Just in terms of application, Whitebeard still doesn't have much experience. Armament hockey can enhance attack and defense. Even with observation hockey, Whitebeard can also combine illusion and vibration of the shock force domain to use it together. Can use the King's hockey now can only simply fight. Similar to release, recall. Wait for simple rough use method. This kind of usage method is not to say that the power is not great, the destructive power is not strong, but the consumption is too exaggerated. The utilization rate is too low, not worth it. There is no better way. Let's not bother with that monkey for a long time. Whitebeard did not bother with this point. In a flash, the Overlord's hockey retreated like a tide, completely withdrawing to Whitebeard's body. Before fighting with Enel, the body suffered quite a bit of shock damage. Whitebeard calmed down. Start by taking a close look at yourself. This is a method he practices himself. Check your own injuries, discover your weaknesses, and continuously improve yourself. Every time after a battle, Whitebeard not only used the system to repair the damage to his body, he also used his own method to carefully examine his own weaknesses, then strengthen them little by little, continuously improving himself. Otherwise, it would not be possible to achieve such a large-scale increase in such a short period of time. After snatching back the shock fruit, there are long-range attack methods. Whitebeard currently has two great tricks. Number 1, the body of a god and demon, plus the armed hockey, powerful and unmatched close combat means. Second, the shockwave, coupled with observation hockey, accurately conducts ultra-long-range attacks. Combat techniques, whether close combat or long range, are almost perfect. Next, Whitebeard began to practice on his own. Begin to fall into silence. Outside world. The Whitebeard pirates' many captains were still jumping around excitedly. Even this old guy Rayleigh was equally shocked at this moment. The reward of 10 billion berries was truly terrifying and made people feel like they had no friends. Rayleigh's throat bone moved, muttering, 10 billion. 10 billion. It's so high that no friend has offered a reward. Everyone saw Rayleigh's appearance and burst out laughing. Even someone like Rayleigh like you would be surprised, right? Haha. Shiki the golden lion looked like he was in his teens. He followed Whitebeard and kept moving forward with his dreams. His mentality was like that of a teenager, and even his condition was getting better and better. That's right. How can you not be shocked? Rayleigh waved his silver white hair. His platinum hair made a rumbling sound. 10 billion berries can buy a lot of good wine. Wow! Everyone thought Rayleigh would lament something. Conclusion 3. 3 fruits waiting for Rayleigh. 1 sentence can sell how much good wine. In a flash, each head was filled with black lines. Indeed, this Uncle Rayleigh is sometimes very unreliable. Rumor has it that this person is a wine drinker and can even sell himself. There is really no one. Ready? Everyone burst into laughter, Marco said calmly. This person always looks very humble. First team grow up, always calm, very leader-like. Of course it's ready. Let us follow father together to pacify the world. Vast blue sea. A little sea breeze also did not calm the sea surface, appearing to be unusually eerie, quiet, making people feel uneasy. In fact, in this vast sea below, hidden countless unknown dangers. This place is the pirate world, the first half of the Grand Line, the most dangerous sea area, the Calm Belt. The entire Calm Belt hides countless sea king species, huge sea king species, ferocious and plundering sea king species, brutal and bloodthirsty sea king species. Calm Belt is the sea king's paradise. But, according to the principle, every piece of sea is filled with countless dangerous sea king calm belts, but there's a place that is unusually quiet, so quiet that even a sea king would not dare to come near. This place. It is from the North Sea's one generation of overlords, the Germa Kingdom. From each pirate ship formed on the Sea Mobile Kingdom. The world government under the flag of the United Kingdom won. This generation's king, from the Vinsmoke family Vinsmoke. Judge. The giant moved 18 Cave Kingdom. A castle located in the middle of the huge pirate ship above. This is also the royal palace. Head wearing metal helmet, retains small fox and long golden hair, tall body. Person wearing orange outerwear and black Germa standard combat uniform, distributed belt and Vinsmoke soldier boots. Judge. At this time is receiving a call from the world government's highest authority, 5 Elders Star. This arrogant, respected strength always looked down on the weak. Did not consider the lives of his subordinates as a big deal, was cold and heartless. A bit similar to Morung Fu, but he was the king of Germa, Vinsmoke. Judge, at this moment. His face was full of joy as he complained to the phone. Once conducted illegal research with Vegapunk. The scientist escaped from the world government's control and gradually became the hegemonic monarch of the North Sea. In this legendary story, it can be imagined. After a while, Vinsmoke Judge appeared to be in excellent spirits. Even the anxiety that had originally appeared on his face because of the upcoming Whitebeard Pirates competition had completely disappeared. Instead, his face was full of excitement. All of these. It's all because of that phone call from the world government. Father. The eldest son Vinsmoke. Ichiji. Stepping on the earnest sound of the scientific and technological shoes, walked over. What's the matter? That makes you so happy. From then on, Whitebeard declared war head-on. Vinsmoke. Judge has not appeared in such a happy mood for a long time. Must know. They compete. Maybe one of the top characters in this world. Whitebeard. Just by the 3 words Whitebeard. It is enough to intimidate a region of legendary pirates. The 4 emperors, the king of beasts Kadu, all died with my hands. Kinsei extremely strong character. Maybe Germa Kingdom cannot help but declare war on Whitebeard pirates. Because the world government hesitates their soft ribs. The underworld is a complicated network of relationships. Giving the Germa Kingdom, this time it is inevitable that they will take a risk. Declare war on the Whitebeard pirates. This is a reluctant word. Also, of course, Vinsmoke. Judge naturally couldn't open his heart, but under his eyes, Ichiji saw a smile appear on his father's face. Vaguely. Win for sure. Correct. It's this kind of feeling. Just received a call from the world's highest government authority. Vinsmoke. Judge's eyes shot out a circle of white, that is, representing his ambition, extremely determined. Extremely confident, he arrogantly looked down at Ichiji, laughing and said, "The 5 elders have sent high-tech products from Vegapunk's hands, rushing to our place. It won't be long before they can reach our place." A little about Dr. Vegapunk. Vinsmoke. Judge's voice became agitated. There is also a little shaking. This is to make him a lifetime great scientist, the world's greatest scientist, a great scientist 500 years ahead of the world in wisdom. It can be said that without Vegapunk, there would be no evil army, war expert, known as Germa 66. Because Vinsmoke. Judge all the advanced science and technology, all from Vegapunk they're learned. Just from Vegapunk that learned science and technology, has made the entire Germa Kingdom achieve the North Sea hegemony for a lifetime. As you can imagine, the power of science is enormous. Science of the terrible force. 967. Similarly, one can imagine what terrifying power the high technology that Vegapunk himself has researched for decades will have. Really came from Vegapunk's hands? The world government actually dared to invest so much capital. Ichiji said in horror. Ha ha ha. You must know, to deal with Whitebeard. The 5 elders issued the largest bounty in history of 10 billion berries. Vinsmoke. Judge laughed out loud. His face was filled with anticipation and excitement. This time. Not only can we kill Whitebeard, maybe we can also stop Dr. Vegapunk's advanced science and technology. Our military strength can then be greatly increased. Don't talk about dominating the North Sea, even if it's dominating the entire world. It's also extremely possible. Whitebeard pirates, just ride your horses here. Crimson Red Line. Folk legend, this continent was dyed red by a great war many years ago. 100 years of history disappeared. Disappeared D1 of the clan. Disappear that kingdom. All of this is on a continent that has sunk and disappeared, lost in history. This cruel history is carved into the everlasting, far from erasable stone of Wano country, marking this period of history and is called by modern people as historical text. Red line this piece of land filled with crime, the world of the nobles of the celestial dragons in the city. The holy land of Mariewa. Even though the great chaotic pirate era has come to an end, this extravagant city has always been a debauched and lustful place. In the city, the self-proclaimed heavenly dragons, who wear bubbles on their heads and boast of their superior talents, still take humans as their mounts and enjoy the glory and wealth of this world without restraint. Consider human life as trash. Those captured girls were cruelly enslaved. The celestial dragons were a bit unhappy, conveniently using cruel methods to kill the slaves. Every celestial dragon who killed a human, I'm afraid it's impossible to count with 10 fingers. And the source of all these crimes is the most expensive palace in the center of the city. The world government, the highest power, the 5 elders. Already discussed with Vinsmoke family. A black suit, black butterfly tie, Ngu Lao Tin, expressionless said. It was as if he said something that had nothing to do with them. If Vinsmoke judge saw such a scene, I'm afraid his previous excitement would instantly disappear and turn into infinite anger, right? Little Vinsmoke clan, also want to talk about cooperation conditions with us? If not for Whitebeard's recent uproar, how could he give Germa the chance to stomp his feet? Holding the first great demon cutting the 5 elders with both hands, his face was cold. His expression was too cold as he spoke. Their overwhelming power, with just one sentence, one command, could destroy the Vinsmoke family or even replace it. That year, Sue and Vinsmoke Judge was still alive, just wanted to see what kind of scientific and technological results would come out of the underground world combining illegal research. It was properly under our control, right? And yet it had the audacity to try to escape our control. That year, under the command of the 5 elders, the world government sent personnel, using the threat of human survival as a reason, to capture Vegapunk and his entire research team, using a good name to prevent Vegapunk from researching life blueprints. In fact, these past few years, under the support of the world government, Vegapunk was still researching life blueprints, but all of these were in the service of the world government. And that year, the only person from Vegapunk's research team who escaped was Vinsmoke Judge. Just not knowing, all of these were tacitly approved by the 5 elders. They are just using Vinsmoke Judge and the underworld join forces. Because the whole world is in the hands of the 5 elders. Even though Vinsmoke Judge researched the powerful humanoid weapon, in the end, it was still used by the 5 elders. But this time, we must finally send the scientific troops to take action. Holding the goatee, Wu Laoxing touched his own beard and said coldly, "This is the first group of people's weapon. It is still considered an experimental object. Let them go deal with Whitebeard and, conveniently, collect effective information." Isolated for a very long time, Vegapunk yesterday gave ultimate results. The devil really has the ability to combine humanoid weapons. Not afraid of seawater, not afraid of sea stone. The surface is made from sea stone. There are thrusting equipment, laser equipment, flight equipment. Regardless of speed, strength, ability, range of attack, all are equipped. Can perfectly restrain any ability user. No matter on land, in the sea, or even in the air, can also perfectly develop combat. This is the result of the newest technology that Vegapunk has created. The greatest scientist in the world who is 500 years ahead of him. After Whitebeard was resurrected, he began his crazy research progress. At that time, Whitebeard had just been resurrected and appeared at Punk Hazard, knocking Caesar down. Watching Vegapunk's live broadcast, he was extremely shocked. At that time, he immediately became very interested in Whitebeard's resurrection. The world government has repeatedly attacked Whitebeard, and it's possible that Vegapunk didn't secretly hint at it. Want to get Whitebeard's resurrection secret. However, what disappointed Vegapunk was that even the Admiral of the Navy headquarters was still completely no match for Whitebeard. So, he just closed the coffin. Crazy research. He has put aside an experiment for many years. The second form of the humanoid weapon. Its combat power far surpasses that of the pacifista weapon by countless times. Until this day, finally successfully completed the experiment. However, this is the first batch of experimental objects. There is definitely danger. This is the original text Vegapunk gave to the 5 elders. These weapons, once defeated, will instantly explode. The explosive power can easily destroy any island. Such a terrifyingly powerful humanoid weapon is absolutely a terrifying murderous weapon. It was precisely revealing this news to Vinsmoke Judge that made it so excited, so confident. Because both are scientists, Vinsmoke Judge towards Vegapunk can be said to be extremely worshipful. Every weapon that comes out of Vegapunk's hands is terrifying enough to make one's scalp tingle, its destructive power terrifying the world. At first Pacifista, once born, shook the whole world. But once It is especially true that the humanoid weapon created by Whitebeard not only gathers all the pacifist's abilities, but also on such a basis, combines the devil fruit's true abilities. Because it is also inhuman, not an animal, not even a living being, does not have a heart, does not have blood. So it is to solve the biggest weakness of this devil fruit ability user, Great Sea Curse. But these humanoid weapons, although they look very human, have no flesh and blood, no emotions, and no way to touch. Vegapunk is even more so on the surface of these weapons, wearing 107 armor, plus Jaco's devil-like ability user Sea Stone. No heart, no blood, cannot see the Sea of Curses. No flesh and blood, no emotions, can perfectly use Sea Stone as a weapon, armor grade. This is almost the perfect Tyrant Bartholomew. Kuma, even the fighting power, fighting skills, are completely not in Bartholomew. Kuma below. Moreover, the number can continue to increase. This battle is really something to look forward to. One of the 5 elders, with his hands clasped around his chest, leisurely said, "Give Whitebeard a reward of 10 billion berries, and the Vinsmoke family that rules the Germa kingdom, and together with us, send out the strongest living creature humanoid weapon of the generation." I think, in this world, there will be countless people who are interested in this battle. That's right. Since the bounty of 10 billion berries was announced, the 5 elders have already begun to make arrangements. Are not. To be exact, it started from the arrangement of the Vinsmoke family, the ruler of the Germa kingdom, declaring war on the Whitebeard pirates. The 5 elders immediately found a way to do everything well. These 5 old dogs have lived for who knows how many years. If we talk about intelligence, they probably won't lose to anyone in this world. Then let the whole world know, Whitebeard is about to face battle. Coldly said the first great demon cut the 5 elders. This is to declare to the whole world, the world government, take action against Whitebeard. Germa Kingdom. The world government's science army's methods will definitely let the whole world feel that Whitebeard is about to face a terrible danger. But then, there will definitely be countless powerful pirates willing to risk their lives for the sake of the 10 billion berries, secretly attack Whitebeard, and take Whitebeard's head. This peerless from the invisible added a hidden terrifying trouble to Whitebeard. Birds die for food, people die for talent. What a coincidence. Greed has no bottom. At that time, there will definitely be countless pirates, secretly observing. Once there is a machine, they will make a move. Those, Kafk, 10 billion berries crazy adventure pirate group, will definitely secretly attack Whitebeard. What a trick. As expected of the 5 elders who have lived for who knows how many years, the world's highest level of government power. I'm really looking forward to it. Let Whitebeard enjoy a little crazy baptism. Those who dare to oppose us, until now, none can still be alive. Officially announced to the whole world. Let this world start going crazy. Otherwise, this world is already in unbearable chaos. Just in time, take this opportunity to calm down a bit. The 5 elders and the others spoke coldly and cruelly. Although they don't have much confidence that Whitebeard can die, after all, Whitebeard can experience a crisis again and again. Each crisis is almost impossible to experience. This kind of terrifying character, the 5 elders will not be naive enough to think that Whitebeard will be easily killed. Maybe, this time. Go Lao Tin was extremely cool, abnormally comfortable, because they never paid any price. Immediately let Whitebeard trapped himself in great danger. Regardless of whether it's the 10 billion berries bounty, or the promise of benefits to the Germa kingdom, or the humanoid weapon Vegapunk researched, none of it will harm any of the 5 elders. Kill Whitebeard. All calculated. Failure, never lost a bit. This is the shocking method of the 5 elders. If the world were to know about it, it would be extremely terrifying. The point is, this big event, this big action, definitely won't let Whitebeard feel any better. From the very beginning, it was destined to attack Whitebeard. Failure. For the 5 elders, failure basically does not exist. This time, Whitebeard will 100% have to suffer an unprecedentedly terrifying serious injury. Even a life and death combat. Otherwise, how could it not disappoint the 5 of them who had put so much effort into the arrangements? Right, is that Thunder Fruit ability user here? Also want to let him know, his enemy, Whitebeard, is facing what kind of danger? Best, let us use him. Go find Whitebeard to fight to the death. Speaking of Enel, The five elders and the others felt a little uncomfortable and their moods fluctuated. After all, Enel was extremely arrogant and completely ignored the world government's power. However, if this one time, Enel can also be used for them, then it will make the five elders feel very refreshed. Get the news out. Make the whole world go crazy. Make this world definitely fall into chaos again. Very fast. The world government joined forces to attack the North Sea hegemon Jerma kingdom. The news of a sneak attack on the Whitebeard pirates spread quickly throughout the world to every island. This moment, the whole world is boiling. Shocking in the world. The world government finally declared war on Whitebeard, declaring war on the Whitebeard pirates. Before, every time there was an action, the world government was behind the scenes controlling it, secretly acting. All kinds of actions, one after another, failed. But this time, it made the whole world stir. Because the world government joined forces with the North Sea's one-generation hegemon, known as the Unstoppable, Invincible Army that has never been defeated before, war experts, the Jerma Kingdom, and together they dealt with Whitebeard. The whole world, a piece of commotion. But under the plotting of the five elders, the powerful enemy force of the Jerma Kingdom came to light. Similarly, under the scheme of the five elders, this once world government sent a terrifying force. A single destructive force that can compete with the 7 warlords of the sea tyrant Bartholomew. Kuma, ability user dispatched, scientific troops, comprehensive strength. Even if it is the 4 emperors' terrifying strength great pirate, in front of this army, also want to fade away. Tyrant Bartholomew. Kuma, this extremely humble Wang Xia Chi Wu Hai. Although his reputation is not great, yet, there are many people who know his terrifying strength. Following, another earth-shattering news spread throughout the world. The Thunder Fruit ability user who previously broke out in the world-shaking war with Whitebeard will also attack Whitebeard this time. All these forces combined together. Even if it were to create a miracle world once and shake the world, Whitebeard would probably find it difficult to bear. These things shook the whole world after the news spread. The whole world was boiling. Oh my god. I didn't think that the world government would finally have to take action against Whitebeard. If you don't make a move, then don't make a move. It's a world-shaking event. The location is Calm Belt. Why would it be set at that place? Could it be, this location is also full of intentions? The world government's methods are too terrifying. The whole world was shocked at the same time. Countless people felt the horror coming from the world government. This time, the world government's methods are thunderous. I'm afraid. Will not stop easily. Whitebeard. This time I'm afraid it will be difficult to escape from this calamity. Countless people became amazed. Even though everyone saw with their own eyes that Whitebeard led the Whitebeard pirates and trampled the entire Navy headquarters, this time, the world still became worried. All thinking that Whitebeard was a big trouble this time. The Navy headquarters, even if it gathers 4 Marines, is still just a force conquering the world under its flag. Moreover, before the great event of the Navy headquarters, Whitebeard had already killed the Navy headquarters' own admiral. The most powerful Navy headquarters generals all fell before the great event. Logia System Flash Fruit Truly Ability Borsellino. Fresh Flower Bridge. Gravity Paramecia System True Ability User Fujitora Isho. The headquarters of the general with the title Ryakujiu. Even the former Navy headquarters marshal, at that time Admiral Sengoku. The strongest hero in the Navy, Lieutenant Admiral. His strength is not inferior to Iron Fist General Garp. All these Navy experts were either killed or beaten into retirement by Whitebeard. Even though Akainu's methods were amazing and he recruited many strong people, the overall strength of the Navy headquarters was still not as great as before. Stepping on the Navy headquarters also turned into no such impossible. Right now, it's Whitebeard who's reborn and has encountered the biggest trouble. The biggest danger. Someone secretly said in admiration. From the hands of Vegapunk, a soldier whose strength is not inferior to the tyrant Bartholomew. Kuma, a truly powerful scientific soldier capable of defeating demons. The North Sea's one-generation hegemon, with its evil army and war experts, is known as the powerful military great nation, the Jerma Kingdom. Invincible Devil Fruit True Ability User. Thunder Fruit True Ability User. Countless people became amazed. These 3 forces will simultaneously kill Whitebeard. Calling it the strongest force in history is not an exaggeration at all. Hurry up and go to the calm belt. We are going to watch the battle. Someone said so silently. Right now, the pirate crew has set off to the calm belt. That's not right. These people. I'm afraid it's not that simple to just go watch the battle. They are offering a reward of 10 billion berries for Whitebeard. Finally, someone realized this world-shaking problem. At this moment, I don't know how many people are crazy. People die for money, birds die for food. When someone said that going to the calm belt was a 10 billion berries adventure, going to deal with Whitebeard, every island in the world once again fell into turmoil. In case we both lose, we can fix the leaky roof. This moment, the world was shocked again. 10 billion berries on the line. That's right. Whitebeard's head, this is worth 10 billion berries. Countless wealth, supreme wealth. Even if one were to risk countless times on the entire ocean, one would still not be able to obtain a fortune of 10 billion berries. But this time, there is a very great possibility. What if Whitebeard is surrounded by 3 factions and is seriously injured and flees? We can wait in the dark for an opportunity and capture 10 billion berries. This moment. The world's countless pirates are crazy 20. Pirates are pirates. It's simple. Wealth. Venture. There is no pirate who does not like wealth. Don't forget, this great pirate era is all because of Roger's sentence, want my treasure? If you want it, I can give it all to you. Go find it. I put all my treasures in there. Roger's one sentence brought about the whole world layout change. Open the great maritime age. Countless pirates set sail to the seas to traverse the Grand Line and find the great secret treasure One Piece. The reason why countless pirates go out to sea is to go towards One Piece. Countless pirates, risking their lives, rushed towards the ocean, all because of that countless treasure. The great secret treasure One Piece. Treasure can make the whole world pirate crazy thing. Pirates all want things. Rich, no one does not love. The great secret treasure is far beyond reach. How many years have passed since the great maritime era opened, but no one has ever captured it. Still can make people crazy. Let countless pirates disregard their lives, spend any price to search for the existence of the great secret treasure, but the prize is up for grabs. Whitebeard has a bounty of 10 billion berries. It is really clear, right before your eyes. This, for pirates, all are a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A huge reward of 10 billion berries is on the line, pushing Whitebeard once again towards the boiling world. Whitebeard once again, because of the 10 billion berries bounty, made the whole world boil, made the whole world crazy, made countless pirates flock in. If I can get 10 billion berries, I will buy the next island, become king, and enjoy the world's noble treatment. There are people like that to look up to. In a moment, countless people became interested. 10 billion berries, a 10 billion berries. Buy the next island. No exaggeration at all. If I capture Whitebeard's head and get 10 billion berries, I will definitely buy the Sabaody archipelago. Buy a bunch of celestial dragons as slaves. Wahahaha. Let the world's nobles come serve me. Just thinking about it makes my blood boil. This person is very imaginative, suddenly talking about everyone's G-points. Every pirate couldn't help but reveal madness. Each of their eyes flashed with golden light. Each pair of eyes flashed with huge golden dollar. Buying the world's lower nobility as slaves, thinking about it makes me feel so cool. If I get 10 billion berries, I will buy several world noble women and let those nobles lick the tips of my shoes every day. Wahahaha. These pirates each have very good ideas. Just thinking about it, I feel refreshed from head to toe. If it were before, I'm afraid I wouldn't even dare to think like that. But now it's different. There was no shortage of pirates who had already set off towards the calm belt, each of them cheering loudly, excited to the extreme. 10 billion berries, right before our eyes. Who knows how many pirates are madly heading towards the calm belt? They are all 10 billion berries. They were all convinced that this time, Whitebeard would not be able to regain victory, much less escape. On this vast ocean, countless pirate ships stirred up the waves, heading towards the calm belt. The whole world went crazy. The already chaotic world, because of the world government's Decision 760, has completely become uncontrollable and has erupted into chaos. Kill Whitebeard. You can get 10 billion berries. This one sentence spread throughout the world. Before, Absolutely no one dared to speak so recklessly. But now, different. Anything is possible. There is hope for everything. Whitebeard is about to face an unprecedentedly terrifying sneak attack, a crazy pirate group. As long as in the final battle, he cuts off Whitebeard's head, he can get 10 billion berries. A great opportunity from heaven. Coming from impelled down prisoners, even more crazy to the extreme, their original ideas were incompatible with Whitebeard's. The islands under Whitebeard's flag must be kept absolutely peaceful, and no pirates can cause trouble. This has caused many prisoners coming out of impelled down to be dissatisfied. Is it to rob the Whitebeard pirates under the island flag? Before, because Whitebeard forcefully destroyed every single one of the pirates who tried to provoke the Whitebeard pirates. Those restless and extremely vicious people, each and every one of them dare not do wrong. But now, different. Whitebeard is about to face the most terrifying massacre. Can survive or not? Still say more. Those extremely vicious people started to stir again. What a bunch of reckless people who don't want to live. Boom, boom, boom. In the Grand Line, every island very quickly erupted into battle. Those who attempted to challenge Whitebeard's reputation and were extremely vicious encountered the most tragic massacre in history. Originally, those pirates who joined Whitebeard's flag each went berserk, barely giving those who intended to provoke and extremely vicious people a chance to react, and took the initiative to attack and kill. Don't think you're enemies with your father. You guys still lack a lot of qualifications. Such words spread throughout the entire Grand Line. Originated from the Whitebeard pirates under the pirate flag. Every single person who joined the Whitebeard pirates under the pirate crew's flag had personally witnessed Whitebeard's terrifying strength. They deeply respected Whitebeard. They firmly believed that no matter what major event or danger he faced, Whitebeard could create miracles and tyrannically sweep away all obstacles. If there is no miracle, then destroy the miracle. The people under the Whitebeard pirates flag are absolutely loyal to Whitebeard. They are willing to fight with their lives. It's Whitebeard fighting. Boom, boom, boom. In all parts of the world, the Whitebeard pirates under the pirate flag united, almost sweeping the landscape, slaughtering all pirates who attempted to invade. But also, each Whitebeard pirates under the pirate crew's flag joins hands. As long as an island nearby is attacked, the remaining pirate crews will all rush over and unite to deal with the invaders. No need for Whitebeard to intervene. Those loyal to the Whitebeard pirates immediately forcefully destroyed all the invaders, all the pirates who intended to challenge Whitebeard's reputation. Fisherman Island. Someone is trying to make things difficult at this time. Fisherman Island is the key island to entering the New World. Once we capture this island, it will be equivalent to choking the throats of all pirates coming and going in the New World. Such shocking news spread out in the Grand Line. Pirates. Forever crazy. Those evil people who don't know how to live or die rushed towards Fisherman Island. Plot to conquer Fisherman Island. Puffy puffy. Maybe? The answer to them is that the Fisherman Island is strong and kills them. Under the leadership of Jinbei, the Fisherman Island forcefully destroyed each invading pirate. Humph. Even the 7 warlords of the sea still want to stop us? A powerful pirate, with a pungent smell of blood and a murderous aura, charged into Fisherman Island with great force. Oh my god. A strong person from the 6th floor of Impel Down. Done. This time, Fisherman Island is afraid of danger. At this moment, I don't know how many people started to cry out. There are also dead prisoners hiding in the ocean. Come from Impel Down level 6 dead prisoner. Each one of them was once in this vast ocean, a notorious evildoer, with boundless strength and ruthless methods. Once a famous pirate. The Whitebeard pirates are not just Jinbei. At this moment, someone with a long sword on his back came and slashed this person with his sword. Poof. White sword energy broke through the sky, spreading out stench of pirates, strange corpses, crimson blood. In a flash of storm, a lively heart, let the fresh blood fall on the ground. Bang, 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 make the sound of heartbeat. Horrible situation, shocked everyone. He is. Who? At this moment, countless people were stunned. Who is this person? One sword strike killed an Impel Down 6th level expert. Even the weakest 6th level expert is not easy to deal with. This person. At least he is a Whitebeard pirates captain level expert. Whitebeard pirates. There's still a pirate captain left. Countless pirates were terrified. When everyone saw who came, everyone was once again excited. The 7 warlords of the sea. Trafalgar Law. The ultimate rescuer, the ultimate anatomy ability, the mortal surgery biomedical doctor, Trafalgar Law. No one would have thought that, at this moment, Trafalgar Law would take action. Take Whitebeard's name. Trafalgar. When did Law join Whitebeard's flag? It's just like at the Golden City time, Trafalgar Law and the Heart Pirates also fought side by side with the Whitebeard Pirates to make good money. Trafalgar Medical Death Surgery. Lawton's growth is too terrifying. He is now completely not inferior to the rank of a squad leader. Trafalgar Law's move made countless people tremble. Trafalgar Law commanded his Heart Pirates, appeared on Fisherman Island, joined forces with Jimbei, and forcefully destroyed all invading pirates. Fisherman Island. At this time, no one dares to trespass. It's really terrifying. The whole world was slightly shocked. Whitebeard did not do anything. Those who invaded the island under Whitebeard's flag all paid for their crimes. Trafalgar Law's move shocked the world. No one thought that this supernova from 2 years ago would grow up so quickly. The anatomy fruit's ability is too strange. In the blink of an eye, the enemy's heart was gone. Scary. I don't know how many people were slightly shocked. What made more people shocked was, why would Trafalgar Law stand up at this moment, joining Whitebeard's flag? Concession many people become admiration. Maybe Trafalgar Law just said one sentence, making the world shocked again. I want to join the Whitebeard Pirates. What? Want to join the chaotic 573 pirate gang. Meaning, even until now, the Heart Pirates still haven't brought the Whitebeard Pirates under their banner. But in this kind of chaotic world, taking action to deal with the Whitebeard Pirates' enemy, this person, is he crazy? At times like this, the best solution is to stay far away. He even dares to stand on the Whitebeard Pirates' side. Possibility. He feels that Whitebeard can definitely capture this great event once again and win. Possibility. I'm afraid. The chance is slim. The world was shocked and then discussed together. Maybe Trafalgar Law is unusually determined. At the same time that Fisherman Island attracted the attention of the world, war broke out on islands all over the world. Especially the Whitebeard Pirates under the island flag. The war is continuous. The smoke of war flies everywhere. The sky is filled with the smell of blood. Even from far away on the sea, looking at the island from afar, one can see the swirling wind and fire and blood mist hovering above the island. This move of the 5 elders is truly extraordinary. One strike, many strikes. Not only did it attract countless pirates, it aimed at Whitebeard, preparing to secretly attack Whitebeard and capture the 10 billion berries bounty. Even in the entire world, especially on the Grand Line, the Whitebeard Pirates under their flag on each island fought bloody and violent battles. Those pirates who had been hiding for a long time, at this moment, finally exploded. They think this is the last chance and also the best chance. If they capture the Whitebeard Pirates under their flag on the island, they can reap countless riches. Because they feel the world government will win this time. Even the underground world's powerful forces, powerful pirate gangs, all surge to the sea surface, attacking every island under the Whitebeard Pirates' flag. Just possessing the attack of the Whitebeard Pirates under the flag of the pirate island, there is no advantage. The terrifying power under the Whitebeard Pirates once again shocked the world. Why? Why? Obviously, the entire Whitebeard Pirates have already mobilized. All of them have gone to the calm belt. Why is there still such a powerful force guarding the island? New World. An island, there is a pirate gang, plotting to annex the island of Whitebeard Pirate Gang, as a result, was directly killed by a powerful force. This pirate captain let out an unwilling voice. After a moment, this person attempted to challenge Whitebeard's captain's reputation and was beheaded on the spot. Die without a whole body. At the same time, the whole world was shocked again. Oh my god. The Whitebeard Pirates' forces have already grown to this level. Too terrifying. How many forces does the Whitebeard Pirates have under their banner? At the previous Summit War, the Whitebeard Pirates had about 43 famous pirate crews under their banner in the New World. However, at the following Summit War, about half of them were hunted down by Blackbeard and Edward Weevil. Scary. After the tyrannical Whitebeard returned from reincarnation, He took over countless pirate crews and joined the Whitebeard pirates. Until now. Only then did the world know how terrifying the power under the Whitebeard pirates' banner was. So strong that it makes one's scalp numb. Extremely terrifying power. One by one, famous pirate crews stood up and fought against Whitebeard. Almost in an extremely short period of time. The originally rising battle storm was directly calmed down. Without a doubt, at this moment, the whole world was once again in an uproar. Those who wanted to take advantage of Whitebeard's free time to take care of the Flag Island and challenge Whitebeard's reputation as a pirate group were all ruined. Possessing a plot to attack and occupy the Whitebeard Pirates 3 groups of pirates descended on the island, all paid for their crimes, all were destroyed. Even though they were powerful and famous in the New World, the Tsuru pirate crew was still, without exception, completely destroyed by the forces under the Whitebeard pirate crew. Using terrifying methods. This moment. The world is completely open. Even though Whitebeard never did anything. This world, this era. There is still no one who can provoke the majesty of Whitebeard. This matter is the Whitebeard era. This era, who dares to provoke Whitebeard? There is only one path. That is death. The world was shocked. Everyone began to fear. Especially those pirates who have illusions about Whitebeard Island. The more each fear to the extreme. No one thought that. Even though the entire Whitebeard pirates crew left before leaving, in this world, there was still no one who could challenge Whitebeard's majesty. Just by borrowing 3 words from Whitebeard. He made every famous pirate fight for Whitebeard. The Whitebeard pirate's background is so deep that it makes one's scalp numb. Strong champion. Even if I never made a move. This world still cannot shake Whitebeard's position. This is the real king. There are people like that admiration. Countless people nodded in agreement. Whitebeard. This world is really a righteous man. This vast ocean, there are countless pirates, fighting with Whitebeard. Risking his life, he fought as Whitebeard's father. Regardless of whether it's the New World or the first half of the Grand Line, there are famous pirates who fought against Whitebeard. Absolute loyalty to Whitebeard. I have great respect for Whitebeard. Whitebeard guardians under the island flag. Damn it. I didn't think that the war that was deliberately sent to start secretly would end so quickly. Holy Land Mariewa, in the castle of the 5 elders, holding the first great demon cutting 5 elders, coldly said. Very angry. So annoying. Original. Although it is possible that in such a short period of time, the battle against Whitebeard's island was launched at the same time on a global scale, the 5 elders were behind the scenes. The world government secretly sent people to initiate the remaining pirate crews to launch an attack on Whitebeard Island. The intention is to distract Whitebeard from fighting in the Calm Belt. What a pity. This one action made Ngulautin completely disappointed. Whitebeard basically didn't even say a word, but he already solved every single huge problem. This is Whitebeard's inside story. Under the flag there is a terrifying force that can completely shake the world. Luckily this one still worked. Another 5 elders spoke in a cold voice. Not wrong. The 5 elders, this time secretly started a battle. There is another purpose. That is to let those who want to actively escape from the world government kingdom feel fear in their hearts. Conceding those initiatives to join Whitebeard under the kingdom's flag gave birth to psychological fluctuations. Although the latter did not do so. Those who joined the Whitebeard kingdom under their flag were determined to live and die together with the Whitebeard pirates and did not think of regretting anything. They were very sincere and extremely loyal to their commitment. As for the previous people, those who had just been born out of the world government kingdom were really shaken. They do not dare at this time leave the world government. Because they themselves just kept swinging. This kind of kingdom, for the Whitebeard pirates, is not desirable. What they didn't know was, if they missed this opportunity, in the future, these kingdoms would never have the chance to join Whitebeard's army again. This time, Whitebeard is afraid that it won't be so easy to overcome the danger. Making a fuss for so long, Whitebeard should stop. One of the 5 elders said so. In their eyes, this one time, although they dare not confirm, can beat Whitebeard to death. But it can be affirmed that at least it can be enough to let Whitebeard be born safely. Vegapunk is conducting isolated research again? The topic turned to Vegapunk on the person. This mysterious great scientist. News once again spread. Isolated research. Regarding the devil fruit final research. Those collected fruits, really. all given to him. The bald head 5 elders asked. It's obvious. He seemed to be uneasy about Vegapunk, and the devil would indeed come later. That's right. The powerful devil fruit we collected is all his. Hopefully, he won't waste our good intentions. If he fails? Those real devil fruits. There might be a few Logia-type devil fruits in the middle. Even if we don't give 470 to Vegapunk for research, it's enough for us to create a few general-level powerhouses for the second time. In case of failure, the real devil fruits might not exist. Really, the 5 elders all had doubts about this experiment. Anyway, regarding the devil fruit, for the past few hundred years, no one has ever opened it before. Maybe, you guys seem to have forgotten, the artificial devil fruit, isn't it from Vegapunk's hands? He was able to research the Zoan-type devil fruit. According to what he said, this time, in terms of devil fruit, there will be a huge breakthrough. Finally, a 5 elders wearing glasses calmly said, "Don't forget. The general's headquarters is fundamentally incapable of posing any threat to Whitebeard. Borsellino, Sakazuki, Fujitora Isho. Which one is not an admiral?" Finally fell into Whitebeard's hands, still completely no match. Prepare to welcome Vegapunk's victory. Once the research is successful, Whitebeard, there is only one path. Dead. Lost. Countless bad news spread far and wide among the pirates, flooding the calm belt with news that spread to the Germa kingdom. In a moment, the entire Germa kingdom erupted in cheers. Originally, they were aware that they would die in this battle, but still, they didn't have much chance of winning. But for now, not the same. Countless powerful pirates lurk in the shadows, waiting for Whitebeard to be injured and harvest Whitebeard's head. Compete for that 10 billion berries prize. Along with the world government has sent to Germa Kingdom humanoid living creatures weapons. For a moment, the Germa Kingdom was filled with confidence. Fight Whitebeard. Fight against the world's top powers. This is so exciting. Just thinking about it, I feel extremely honored. If Whitebeard and the Whitebeard pirates can be defeated, then the entire Germa Kingdom will definitely be famous throughout the world, shake the entire Grand Line, and even re-enter the history of the pirate world. Anyway, take on a world-class pirate gang and defeat it head-on. This is absolutely a world-shaking event. All personnel, get ready. Vinsmoke. Judge's heart was no longer as tense as before, but rather excited, extremely excited, to be able to fight head-on with Whitebeard. Looking at the whole world, all our phoenix hair unicorn horn existence. But they don't just want to fight the Whitebeard pirates head-on. The more I want to do, the more I want to defeat the Whitebeard pirates. Defeat Whitebeard. More than 10 humanoid weapons that are on par with the Tyrant Kuma are enough to defeat Whitebeard. Vinmoke Judge was very excited. This success meant that their Germa Kingdom dream could be realized in a very short period of time. Dominate the North Sea? Or not? If this one works, the entire Vinsmoke clan, the entire Germa Kingdom will all be famous throughout the world because of this battle. The whole world is paying attention. If this one time successfully kills Whitebeard, the whole world will fear their Germa Kingdom. Not only that, Vinsmoke Judge freely imagined the future. The more he thought about it, the more excited he became. The more he thought about it, the more he thought about this one time. He must kill Whitebeard. As long as we kill Whitebeard, at the same time we can best capture the 10 billion berries bounty. At the same time, we can also keep the humanoid weapon of Dr. Vegapunk behind. Thinking of these things, Vinsmoke Judge's whole body was extremely excited. Not wrong. This is a great success. This time after that, Vinsmoke Judge is the top character in this world, leaving behind the humanoid weapon as the world's top scientist. Vinsmoke Judge has absolute confidence that he can continuously replicate humanoid weapons. Just like that, dominating the whole world is also within reach. What Whitebeard pirates? What Whitebeard Island? It's all nothing to worry about. Vinsmoke Judge thought so. He heard the same. The New World, the Grand Line, every island on. Those pirate groups that attacked Whitebeard's flag island were powerfully destroyed by Whitebeard's flag pirate crew, swept away. This also made Vinsmoke Judge truly realized Whitebeard really has a strong background. Even so what? After this battle, the one standing at the top of this world will no longer be Whitebeard, but the Vinsmoke family. As long as we can recreate the latest version, the invincible humanoid weapon that can sweep across this world is not a dream. Therefore, all of these things are built on winning this battle that the whole world is paying attention to. Defeat Whitebeard. This world must be in my hands, Vinsmoke. Judge to change history. At this moment, Vinsmoke. Judge was extremely determined. This battle, he absolutely must win. But also, must be beautiful. Want to shake this world. Bring the Germa Kingdom. Push towards the world level. Conquer the entire Grand Line. Boom, boom, boom. Just then, a deafening and terrifying sound came from midair. Boom, boom, boom. Like a thunderclap. Terrifying sound waves came, and with the rumbling sound, in an instant, throughout the calm belt, which was devoid of any wind, a fierce gale suddenly arose. In a moment, the sky's clouds rolled back, countless layers of clouds were shattered. In a moment, the sea's surface was raging with a howling wind, thunder rolled, and booming sounds shook the sea's surface. Boom! Under the storm, the sea's surface suddenly rolled up countless huge waves. The waves rolled back, rolling the sea's surface, emitting earth-shattering sounds. The entire sea's surface at this moment, good fortune, became shaken endlessly. Look at the sky. This moment, the entire Germa Kingdom, everyone, all involuntarily raised their heads. Looking towards the sky in the meeting, an extremely huge and terrifying spaceship from afar, carrying a terrifying and violent sound, rapidly approached. It was as if this giant spaceship tore the sky, splitting the entire world into two halves. Shocking beyond compare. Whitebeard pirates. Come. At this moment, the entire Germa Kingdom was shaken.